serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright of the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
Sit at 5-2 overall and 3-2 in conference play. So tonight, definitely a big time game. Both teams, could make or break some district standings when the dust settles after the game tonight.
And also, just importantly, it also kind of shows you where your program is right now. Because Osage, to me, they're more of a tier two. You know, tier one being Blair Oaks, and that's about it. Tier two being teams that generally win more than they lose, and generally are pretty competitive. They were 4A last year. They did bump back down to 3A this year. They have about 100-ish more students than we do here at Southern Boone, so that's a pretty significant. You can just see by looking on the field, they have a good numbers out there. But as far as the success for this particular year, yeah, like you said, this is going to mean a lot. But again, and also, you want to do well against the Osages and the Boonevilles, the teams that generally win, and also they're teams that you have shown that you can beat here and there. So, but certainly it's a big game, like you said, and in so many different ways.
Well, Southern Boone also trying to get to that 500 mark, give them a senior night for the seniors on the roster in victory fashion. And like we said, there's still going to be some dust settled in the district. But right now, Southern Boone's sitting at third in district as they're at 32 points even. Moberly sits at second there, 32.43 points. And then Osage at 37.62. So it's less than a half a point distance to Moberly and a little more than 5.5 to Osage. So again, if Southern Boone can get the win tonight, that'll set them up in what we project could be an opportunity to maybe take that top spot. Moberly would potentially have to.
We need Moberly to lose both games.
Yeah, they've got to lose and move down. They are at Mexico tonight and then hosting Orchard Farm. So you like to be in the driver's seat of those things, but certainly Southern Boone in a good spot nonetheless, because by our math and how we have it figured out, I think either way, Southern Boone should get to have a home game for the for districts. They should get to host at least the first week if they play. Obviously, if they're the top seed, they would get to host throughout.
Yeah, you're correct on that. We're assuming that they can go at least 1-1, be 4-5. It's not often where you can be 4-5 and have a chance to be top in the districts. Eldon's got a little bit easier route. They've already got crushed by Blair Oaks already, so they have California tonight, which California, as we all know, is they're having a rough season at 0-7. And then Booneville, you just don't know what you're going to get with Booneville. Are they going to be really, really good that night, or are they going to be so-so? So who knows how that's going to work out, but certainly Eldon is kind of pushing from below, so you're going to have to – that's why this game is pretty important if you want to get one of those home games. But since we did beat them, I feel pretty good that we're going to get a home game here, even if we go 0-2 the rest of the way. But, again, it's not often you get a chance to be 4-5 and chance to be the number one seed in your district, because so many years where we're stuck in there with Blair Oaks. And Blair Oaks, of course, always takes care of themselves. But if you want to see a really challenging district, look at district with Helias and Hickman and Rockbridge and stuff. That's crazy competitive, just the opposite of what we are here in this district.
Yeah, and there's been some, other districts have ran into that same issue, that same thing as well. It's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles and how things go. But Southern Boone, again, trying to, take advantage of that opportunity of not having Blair Oaks in the district, and certainly in a decent spot for them to be in, all things considered. You'd really like to be in that top spot from week one, obviously, but for how the season has gone with the injuries that have happened and other things, not a bad place to be all things considered.
And a new coach and new leadership. There's going to be some changes with the new coach comes in, and it takes a little bit of time for the players and the coaches to gel with that. Even though a good chunk of the coaching staff has been here for a while, but still it takes some time to get all that terminology, to know each other, to know each other's strengths and weaknesses and so forth. So yeah, we have seen some improvement. Like I said earlier, this is a big game to see and you definitely, if you want to be a team that matters, you need to win this game.
Well, for Osage, last year they finished 8-3, lost in the district semifinals. As the two teams matching up, this is their 13th matchup in the series, and the series is tied right now 6 games apiece. The last matchup was a year and 1 day ago, as Southern Boone lost 45-7. I mean, Southern Boone is riding a 1-game losing streak in that. So, like we said, though, a lot more than just the series numbers right now, but they're going to get in some of the senior night activities here, as we're going to take a break and be back and have our pregame conversation with head coach and Tyler Tanner, as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the Show Me Sports Network.
We need you.
We need you.
We need you.
We need you now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
Welcome back to our Southern Boone County Eagles Countdown to Kickoff pregame show here on the Show Me Sports Network. We're joined by Southern Boone County Eagles football head coach and Tyler Tanner. Coach Tanner, thanks for joining us before tonight's game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Always excited about the opportunity to sit down and talk Southern Boone football.
Well, last week your squad returned home and got to play in front of the home crowd as they hosted the Hallsville Indians for homecoming. Your squad capped off a week of homecoming activities with a 27-12 victory. What were your thoughts on the game last week?
I felt like we battled through not playing our best football in the first half. Hallsville did a great job on defense, keeping us out of the end zone. Felt like after halftime, we came out, we played a lot better football. Kind of righted a couple of wrongs and made a couple of adjustments there at halftime that we felt like paid dividends for us, and the kids really responded.
Well, we talked a little bit last week that this was your first experience of a Southern Boone and Hallsville rivalry. What was your impression from the experience?
Oh, yeah. The house was electric, man. You could tell that it meant something to both fan bases, especially. I mean, that place was loud. It was rocking. The kids were intense. They were really enjoying it. They enjoyed it all week, just the preparation, knowing that it's a rival. And, it really came out on Friday, and we're happy to come out with that win.
Well, we start seeing a lot of times too in the senior nights, it really doesn't matter what sport it is, but beating Hallsville or having several wins over Hallsville always seems to come out for a lot of them as one of their favorite memories of their high school career.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it's a game that means quite a bit. Northern Boone County, Southern Boone County, and it's a rival. I think that they do a really good job over there. They're very tough, very competitive. So we're happy to come out with that one.
Well, this was the 17th matchup between the two teams. Southern Boone having an 8-9 mark in those 17 games, now riding a 3-game win streak in this series. You really never know what sort of game you're going to get with Hallsville. There's been 50-point blowout wins. There's been 40-point losses, 2-point games, literally everything else in between.
Yeah, and, we talked a little bit about the history of the rivalry this week and just the importance of it. We didn't necessarily go into the statistics on the win-loss column, but we just made it aware, hey, no matter where both of these teams are at, both teams are going to give each other the best shot. That first half, man, it was a dogfight, and just ended up pulling away in the second half there. And again, very happy with that result.
The Hallsville entered the game with a record of 2-4, which, as we talked about last week in our pregame, they really are better than that record indicates. But they're a program that's still trying to rebuild, but they're trying to solidify their identity a little bit as well.
Coach Stevens is doing a good job over there. I know him from years and years back, and he's doing the right things, doing a good job, putting a competitive squad out there every Friday night. I know they're doing good things, but I feel like we're doing really, really good things too, and looking forward to all the future battles with them.
Well, in looking at Hallsville as well with the film and such that we've seen on them, they are continuing to trend across the board as the season has gone up, but I think the same can be said about your Southern Boone Eagles.
Yeah, for sure. And if we happen to meet up in districts again, we know it's going to be another dogfight. But that was a big win for us in both conference and district. Put us a little bit more in the driver's seat. Know that every battle with them is going to be a battle.
Hallsville won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Their offense would go 3-and-out on their first possession. Hallsville would also go 3-and-out on their ensuing possession. It sort of signaled that, and you kind of hit on this, that we were going to be in a chess match and a dogfight for much of the night.
And we knew it from the word go, knew it from first kick. And they were making in game adjustments and in quarter adjustments, based on our offense and defense and vice versa. And constant communication. And, we'd see one of their defensive line, line up different than what we might have expected throughout the week based off of what they had shown on film. And so gave us a little bit of a different look. But again, you're right. It was a chess match and stalemate for the longest time. We just kept trading pawn for pawn and then ended up breaking away there late.
Your next drive would find pay dirt as it was a 5-play, 38-yard drive, capped off on a 20-yard touchdown reception from senior quarterback Mason Shear to senior receiver and Brant Eddy. The PAT was good. That made it a 7-0 advantage for Southern Boone.
Yeah, the best thing about it, Hallsville again, they didn't quite come out in the look that we thought. Called that play with a different route in mind. Mason did a great job of seeing his first read wasn't going to be there and came off it immediately. Ended up to a second read, which was Brant over the middle. Threw a great ball. That connection is just getting stronger and stronger as the weeks go on. And to see it continue to pay dividends is a nice thing.
Well, Hallsville would start their next drive with a little more than halfway through that first quarter of play, and they would score in the second quarter with that. But with the opening quarter, there were just 3 complete drives in that 12 minutes of football.
Yeah, again, it's going to kind of be one of those games. There just wasn't a ton of back and forth there. I mean, Hallsville had the ball for a long time after we had scored, and they ended up punching it in early in the second.
That second quarter would be very similar possession wise as well, as there were just 4 possessions, 2 by each team in the quarter.
Yeah, and again, we knew it was going to be that kind of game. Both the teams run the ball. They run the ball a lot, run the ball well, mix it in a little bit of passing, and there were a lot of completions. So, that clock kept running, kept running, kept running. And yeah, possessions were limited.
As we mentioned, Hallsville would score early in that second quarter, then be shut down from that point on in the quarter. That included a big fourth down stop by the defense to give your Southern Boone offense the ball back.
Yeah, man, the defense was able to get off the field a lot on Friday night. A lot of fun watching them just grow and get better each week. I mean, that the defense is flying around, making great plays, and really starting to get off the field whenever we need them to be able to get off the field.
That touchdown Hallsville had, they went for a 2-point conversion. It was not successful. That kept you guys in the 1-point advantage, kept the lead, but a little bit different point than what we've seen up until this point so far.
It's so big. You give up a touchdown, then you get the stop on a 2-point conversion from 3 yards out. Those 2 points are valuable. It can be a momentum thing. It can be a confidence builder. It can be all of the things, and it obviously keeps you in the lead. So focusing on those goal line stops, everlasting importance for this program. And even if it's 2 points, it's 2 points, but it's 2 big points, and it keeps you in the lead going into halftime and not down going into halftime.
Well, at halftime, it was that close 7-6 score in favor of your squad. What were the conversations at halftime in regards to that?
We didn't feel like we finished the second quarter the way that we wanted to. And we just had a conversation about, hey, let's calm down. Let's refocus, regather our footing. We know that we're going to end up breaking away at some point. We know that if we continue to fight and we continue to play football, that we're going to make good things happen. And, we end up with 3 scores there in the fourth quarter. But the message was, hey, let's take a step back. Let's get our feet back on the ground. Let's move forward. Okay, let's play Southern Boone football.
Coming out in that third quarter, again, we would go back to that chess match and kind of that stalemate, each team having the ball twice. Hallsville punted both times. Southern Boone, you guys would punt and then also started a drive that would roll over into the fourth quarter of play.
Felt like our punt game has been pretty good. I know that we pinned them in the 5. And, anytime you can pin a team down inside the 15 in high school football, I mean, what a valuable asset to have. Andrew Paisley ended up with 43-yard punt there, and the ability to flip the field is important in high school football. But man, what an importance it was on Friday night.
Well, with so few possessions at that point in the game, did you guys talk about the lack of possessions, at least up to that point, and that each one becoming a little more important as the game went on?
I wouldn't say that was necessarily the mindset, maybe a little bit more of a sense of urgency. But again, we know every drive is important. The first drive is just important as the last drive. The only difference is the timing of those drives, what the appearance is. Is it a critical moment or is it the beginning of the game whenever things are just kind of going back and forth? So we know that every every drive is critical. And that's our mindset all the time. It's just about playing football and executing.
Well, that drive that started late in the third quarter would roll over into the fourth quarter, result in a five-play, 69-yard drive, capped off by a one-yard touchdown run by freshman running back Isaiah Bailey.
Yeah, Mason finds Brant on a little bit of a scramble play, rolling to his right for a huge 60-something yard completion. Play before that, he just missed Jace Schroth on something extremely similar, a little scramble drill. Jace was able to kind of get behind the defense. Mason's rolling to his right, just got it out in front of him just a hair bit, but I mean, literally about the same ball, about the same play, just with a different receiver, and puts it on Brant a little bit more, and Brant's able to make a play up the sideline and get really close to scoring, get us down to the 2-yard line there, and able to punch that sucker in. So man, what a momentum swing right there for us at the end of the third quarter.
Well, to keep the momentum pegged over to your side, just 5 plays later, the defense would get their first of 2 interceptions on the night.
And turnovers, all-time priority. We had forced fumble on a kickoff, a couple of interceptions. I mean, to be able to do that late in the ball game in those critical moments. Again, every drive is important, and we take every drive as important as any other drive. But again, whenever it's getting down to the wire, getting down to the end there, getting those turnovers in that timely manner, whenever a team's trying to come back, be able to keep that momentum and to continue to keep the pedal down on the floor is such a valuable thing to be able to do.
Well, that offense understood the assignment as they marched downfield 64 yards in 7 plays, scoring on a 38-yard touchdown pass from Shear to sophomore Kai Morris. We've seen him come along these last few weeks. He may not have a ton of catches, but they are for big yardage.
Kai's been super steady in that aspect, and we felt good about him against Elvedon. There was a couple of plays that we had dialed up for him, just didn't quite hit the mark on him. But that one, big moment, 4th and 8, we're about midfield, and it's one of those situations where you could either punt it or go for it. We elected to go for it. The kids wanted to go for it, and we dial that one up, and Mason stays in the pocket, under pressure, under duress, and steps into the throw and makes a great throw. Kai ends up beating the DB across the face, and Mason puts it on him and just catches it in stride and goes and scores. So that was a good one all around because, the 4th and 8, it could be momentum for them or momentum for us. And fortunately, it was momentum for us.
And then we got into 3 series that would be turnover city. After that Southern Boone touchdown, Hallsville would fumble the ensuing kickoff. Your team would recover 3 plays later. Then Southern Boone would fumble and Hallsville would recover. And then on Hallsville's next play, they would throw their second interception of the game. Really just back and forth. But that's what makes these rivalries so exciting.
It does. Ball security, gosh dog, at any time in the game, which we talked about on the sideline, just the importance of, what that play was really designed to do, and just understanding what that looks like moving forward whenever that play call comes out in a critical moment. But, we addressed it, and great for the defense and getting the ball back there. Avion going and high pointing the ball, the defense getting in the quarterback's face to have him throw it off of his back foot to where Avion can go and make a play. So it's an all-around team effort. And the defense picked the offense up in that situation, and then the offense repaid the favor.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. It settled the team down a little bit as it was just 2 plays to score. 25-yard touchdown run by Shear. Again, great to see him getting his legs to work, getting out there, made some good moves, and took it in from a good chunk out.
Yeah, and that was a play call that honestly had not come through my mind at the time. And another coach had mentioned it, and it was like, hey, this is a go. We felt really, really good about it. Mason ended up breaking through the first level, and by the time he did that, man, he was past the second level, and he was gone. Yeah, to seal the game in that aspect, get a 3-score lead there, middle of the fourth quarter. Felt good about the spot that we were in, but we knew that Hallsville just wasn't going to let up. They weren't just going to lay down, so we still had a job to do.
Well, at that point, there were 20 unanswered points in that fourth quarter scored by Southern Boone. You said Hallsville would score again right before the end of the game, but the game was well within hand for Southern Boone.
Yeah, it was. The message there was to continue to encourage the defense to make them snap it again, make them snap it again, make them snap it again. And they were able to rip off a couple of 8, 10, 12-yarders, but the more times they snap the ball, the more time the clock runs off. So we were kind of giving and taking a little bit there, making sure there was no big play that would only take 10 to 12 seconds. We wanted them to waste minutes on the clock. So defense did a good job of keeping things in front, not allowing the big play, making them drive the field one snap at a time.
Well, big takeaway for me from last week's game on offense was a lot of different guys were highlighted during the game. I think probably the most we've seen all season, calling some different names of having guys contribute, whether good blocks, whether they're catching a pass, whether they're running the ball. Really seemed like the wealth was spread out pretty evenly.
And that's the point that we're getting to. And, we talked so early in the year about this piece missing, and now this guy, is getting more experience than what he probably would have otherwise. Well, now you're starting to see, hey, we played a lot of guys and we've had a lot of guys in some major roles, and we feel comfortable with our depth right now. So we're able to spread it out, get the ball to a lot of guys, and let them go to work. So that experience is really starting to show, really starting to pay off here later in the season.
Well, you're also, starting to see some of the work that's being put into practice. I know you guys see it day in and day out of practice, but now we're starting to see that show up consistently on Friday nights.
Yes, for me, we got to do a better job. Quarters 1 through 3, got to put 4 quarters together. We're putting together 2 or 3 quarters at a time. And while, we've won a couple of games doing that, in order for us to get to where we want to be by the end of the year, which is coming up pretty quick, we've got to put 4 quarters together. And that's the message, and that's what we're working to right now.
Defensively, again, playing lights out. Only gave up those 2 scores. I had 2 more shutout quarters, 2 more interceptions, and a fumble recovery. Again, that's checking a lot of boxes for some good things happening.
Without a doubt, they work hard. Defensive staff does a great job of preparing them in practice, holding the standard. And so, again, we've leaned on our defense a little bit this year, but now hopefully that offense is really starting to click and figure things out. And now we're playing a little bit more complementary football.
Well, we're also starting to see a lot of guys flow to the ball on defense, and love to see that when you get multiple hats on the ball. Again, that's how we increase some turnovers and some things like that with people there to knock it loose, but also making sure a guy doesn't break out of a tackle and scamper up the field for even more yardage.
Yeah, we talk about as many guys tackling one ball carrier at a time a lot. We all want to get to the football, 11 hats to the football. That's the goal. We get everybody flying to the football and flying with purpose. Good things are going to happen. We're going to bottle up some good runners. We're going to stalemate some tough, hard-nosed runners. So that is the philosophy, 11 hats to the football. And as long as we're swarming there, man, we're in good shape.
Taking a look at the Class 3 district, I know you said you don't look a whole lot at that, but Osage still in the top spot, Mobley in second, Southern Boone in third, followed by Eldon, Hallsville, Fulton, and California. Again, not a bad spot to be in with a couple weeks left in the regular season.
Yeah, it's not. We feel like we have a chance to control our own destiny over the next 2 games, and we're obviously focused right now tonight, Osage. And we understand this has big implications on playoff seedings and stuff, so we're ultra focused and looking to come out tonight and play our best football.
And I know there's still some big matchups across the district as a whole, but last week's game again showed the importance of getting that win, and by the spread of the score as well, as the top 3 teams all put a little more distance between the rest of the pack that are 4 through 7 spots. That win again moves your Eagles just 0.43 points behind Moberly, a little over 5.5 points behind top Osage. So both teams within arm's distance and striking distance, and again, like you said, kind of in that driver's seat, able to help control where you're going to end up at.
Yeah, and anytime you have an opportunity to control your own destiny at the end of the year, that's a good thing. Not having to rely on other teams to do this, that, or the other. So we're focused on taking care of us as we have been all year. I mean, the focus is always on us, on us, on us. So we're focused on taking care of ourselves tonight, playing our best football, and giving ourselves the best opportunity to come out with a win.
Tonight, your Eagles play in front of the home crowd once again as they host the Osage Indians. Osage is 5-2 overall with wins over Bolivar, Moberly, Eldon, California, and Hallsville. Their only loss coming at the hands of Blair Oaks and last week at Booneville. Osage just really seems to find a way to be competitive year in and year out and win games in the process.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Coach Jolly does a great job over there. Experience. He's been to, several places and had a lot of success at pretty well everywhere he's been. So, we know that we're playing a tough, well-coached team tonight, but we're excited for the challenge, excited to go and see if we can't knock them off that #1 seed and control our destiny throughout the rest of the playoffs.
Well, tonight also senior night, so we'll be celebrating the seniors who have put in the work this season as well. So again, a little bit different atmosphere celebrating the seniors as when you get into senior night, it kind of triggers that regular season's winding down, but they've got a lot to play for out there.
Oh, without a doubt, the seniors such a vital part of what we do and the standard that we set. And these guys that go through a coaching change in their senior year, and I understand that it's hard, but I appreciate their efforts. All seniors, #1 to #14, I appreciate all their efforts and their willingness to work and their willingness to adapt to change this year. I mean, I can't say enough about them, their leadership that they've shown and the growth that they have displayed over the course of this season. At one time, we were sitting 1-4. Things didn't look necessarily fantastic. sick, but they did a good job of keeping the same message. Hey, every day is another day to get better, week to week, day to day, focus on ourselves, and they're preaching what we're preaching. And the best thing about them is that they never lost faith, they never lost hope, and they've been resilient the entire way. I'm just really, really proud of their efforts, and I'm so glad to have this senior group in my first year.
Leading up to the game this week, how has practice been?
Practice has been all right. We've understood what the goal is and what the job is and what the expectations are. And the kids are doing a good job of showing up ready to work. So we feel like we've had a good week of practice. Now we're ready to put it on display tonight.
How's the health of everyone?
I said it last week, we're about as healthy as we've been. I mean, a couple little banged up guys here and there, but really nobody should be out necessarily. So, feel like we're getting healthy at the right time. We feel like we're playing football well at the right time. Because there are some teams out there who definitely don't have the health, but we're pretty well healthy and put a really good old squad out there.
And tonight, what do you expect to see them do?
Oh, we know they're going to be a tough-nosed football team. A lot of misdirection from their backfield play. They're a good ground and pound team, ability to mix in a couple of passes. Another thing is, their speed jumps out a little bit. You got a couple of dudes who can really run, who can really fly, and I think they were really competitive in track last year too, and those guys are playing on the football field. Defensively, we expect multiple looks. We expect a defense that's going to fly to the football and read their keys well, and we're going to have to really focus on how we execute. So, we know it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a dogfight, but we're looking forward to the opportunity and we're looking forward to the game, man.
Well, Coach Tanner, thanks for joining us on our pregame show tonight. Any final thoughts before you get out of here?
Let's have a good senior night. Ready to recognize these guys again for the hard work that they've done over the last 4 years. And then, with the change and everything, hoping that the Southern Boone faithful shows up and shows out for these kids as they have all year. We don't expect anything different, and, go Eagles.
Well, let's go out there and get that victory.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you for all you do for your coverage of the Eagles, and we're ready to get it going.
That's Southern Boone County Eagles football head coach and Tyler Tanner. We're going to take a break and be right back with more of our Southern Boone County Eagles pregame show. You're tuned into exclusive coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football on the home of the Eagles, the Show Me Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Southern Boone County Eagles pregame show on the exclusive home for Eagles football, the Show Me Sports Network. The excitement is building in the stands, and the tension is rising on the sideline as kickoff is just around the corner. Exclusive pregame coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football has been brought to you by Boone County Journal, Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, Country with a Heart, Eddie Goodell Society, Honcut Laser Engraving LLC, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, Salter Loan Service LLC, Sawdust Studios, Southern Boone Area YMCA, Southern Boone Booster Club, the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, and Ren's Automotive. The biggest and absolute best coverage in mid-Missouri continues as we'll be back with kickoff right after these messages. This has been the Southern Boone County Eagles pregame show on the exclusive home for Eagles football, the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and Southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
It's time for Southern Boone County Eagles football on the Show Me Sports Network. This is Southern Boone County Eagles football on the exclusive home for the Eagles radio network, the Show Me Sports Network. Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football is brought to you by Boone County Journal, Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, Country with a Heart, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC. Last Sentinel Firearms. Retrieving Freedom. Salter Loan Service, LLC. Sawdust Studios. Southern Boone Area YMCA. Southern Boone Booster Club. The Tin Roof Monogram and Gift. And Ren's Automotive. The biggest and absolute best coverage in mid-Missouri is on the air as the Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew are ready in the broadcast booth for kickoff. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football on the Eagles Radio Network. Now let's go live to the field to the Show Me Sports Network broadcast booth.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Blake Gasaway and Mike Freeze here with you as we are just a few minutes away from getting our ball game kicked off as it's senior night. It's the regular season home finale for Southern Boone as they are hosting the Osage Indians. Southern Boone sitting at 3-4 overall on their season. For the Osage Indians, they sit at 5-2 overall tonight. A district matchup, a Tri-County Conference matchup. And really has a lot on the line for both these two teams to see where they're going to end up in the district rankings once we get to the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely Osage. We didn't mention it before, but they had a pretty good season last year, a little bit better than I think they anticipated going to 4A last year. So you definitely want to build on that, especially when you got a returning starter at quarterback who's got a wonderful, awesome name, Maverick Trusty. Gotta love a name like that for a football quarterback, and again, you have like Coach Tanner mentioned, Coach Jolly's been there for a while. He's been around the area. He was at Osage for a while. Then he went to Eldon. Then he went back to Osage. So he's a good coach. He runs a good program. He usually gets pretty good effort. So for them, they have a lot they need to prove them to themselves as well. Just like we talked about earlier, for Southern Boone, you want to do well against teams that are not above, generally above 500, that win more than you lose. So you want to see how you compare with teams like that.
Well, these two teams matching up again here tonight, both in Class 3 District 4 and both in the Tri-County Conference. For the Indians, though, they've got a whole lot of players out there on the far side that are wearing that white jersey for them. As we were talking before we went on the air, when they came out, they had the skills guys out there, and I thought that that was their roster, and they had quite a few, and then brought out their big guys. And definitely they've got some numbers that they haven't had maybe the last couple years.
Yeah, definitely a good amount of participation for students at School of the Osage. Again, like I mentioned before, they're like 495 attendance. We're at around 400, so they definitely are on the bigger side of 4A. We're kind of smack dab in the middle. 500-ish is the break line for 4A to 3A. So certainly when you have an extra 90 or so students, that easily could equate to an extra 5 or 6 players on the football team, and it doesn't take too many in order to have a significant advantage.
Captains out there, also the seniors who are not captains joining the captains out for the coin toss here tonight as Southern Boone again trying to put together a little stretch here as Coach talked about. They started off the season not where they wanted to be at a 1-4 mark, but have since won the last couple of games. They'd like to make it 3 in a row if possible and celebrate senior night with the win.
And as the season's gone a little bit too, we've seen some of those teams we played earlier, like Odessa and Mexico, really have putting together some pretty good, a pretty good season for both teams. Mexico is also at 5-2, and a pretty good record for them. Odessa, I think 5-1, 6-1, and of course they're well used to being that good. But certainly the losses that we're seeing are two good teams. But again, got to beat those teams if you want to kind of progress to the next level.
So it looks like Osage has won the toss and will defer as Southern Boone offense will get the football to begin with here and get things started.
All right, so as always, I always think it's important to kind of you have a chance to script those plays. Most coaches do going into a game. They have an idea what they want to run. They practice it really well. chance to get your linemen on the same page. And as we talked about the last couple games, these players who haven't played a lot coming into this year, they have to step up. They've now played a lot more now, so they need to kind of step up and show that they can contribute for the team.
So we're just about ready to get things underway here. As again, Osage won the toss. However, they've deferred to take the football in the second half. So they will kick it off to Southern Boone here as we begin play in just a second.
Looks like Osage is getting the ball first.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so hold the phone on that then. That they have apparently changed that. So Southern Boone, I guess, won the toss. So they'll be kicking off. As Bono will have it teed up here. We'll step it off. We said Osage will get the football to begin play first. Bono again teeing it up here as he will approach. And a little onside kick. It will be recovered by Osage. So trying to catch him off guard, but Osage not fooled.
Yeah, I like the call. It is type of a game-changing momentum right off the bat could be big for your team, but now obviously the defense is going to have to step up. Osage runs more than they pass, 2-1, 3-1 or so, but they do have the capability of throwing the ball downfield. They do show some pretty good team speed.
So Osage will come out here as it'll be 1st and 10 ball at the 49-yard line of Osage. They will run it straight up.
Something to keep in mind while you're watching this.
So to bring up a 2nd and 6 here as they will hand it off working the far side, picking up about 6 yards. That's Drake Williams. That'll be close to a first down.
Yes, the buck sweep to the right-hand side, and what they do, they pull both guards to the right as lead blockers, and then they continue a fake with the running back and the quarterback going the other direction.
So it is going to bring up a 3rd and short here. Has changed our internet over, so hopefully we should be good. It'll be a run up the middle for short yardage, so apologize for that, but I think we've got switched over to a little better quality Wi-Fi here, so that will be a first down for Osage.
Just a quick dive right up the middle and a quick count. Didn't take too long. They're trying to catch the defensive line off guard, and worked pretty well there.
So this will bring up a new set of downs, 1st and 10 ball at the 39-yard line. Trusty Maverick, the senior, will be in shotgun. He'll pitch it off, carrying the ball here on the near side. That's Williams. He'll be tackled from behind, as in there is Inslee, also Jackson. He'll pick up maybe 3 yards.
Yeah. A little different variation of the buck sweep that time. Instead of doing a fake to the up back, they use them as a lead blocker in addition to both guards pulling to the left. So they're starting overloading the wide side of the field. And good job by the defense that time to hem that in.
So to bring up a 2nd and 7 ball at the 36-yard line. There's going to be movement. This flag comes in. Will be on Osage, so they'll back up yards here.
As we talked a lot about this season, and every season it's good as a quarterback that you vary the snap count because you want to be able to slow down.
2nd and short here. As they will hand it off again. Nope, keeping it as a quarterback. Trying to work this near side. Maverick will pick up about 4 yards there.
Yep, just fake the fullback up the middle and keep the ball with the quarterback. And that time, again, defense did a really good job of containing the quarterback. Maverick does have some pretty decent speed back there, so you don't want to give him a chance to get out in the open.
Well, this will bring up a 3rd down again. So far, 2 for 2 on 3rd downs for Osage. As ball on the 13-yard line. They'll hand it off, working far side. That'll be Williams. He dropped the ball as Southern Boone should be there to recover it, as that will be a turnover, a timely turnover there. Defensive recovers that knocked out by Inslee, recovered by Bono.
Yeah, Enzo that time he was left unblocked. I don't know if the guard didn't get there quick enough, but he did a great job of coming in and getting right at the contact with the offensive care as soon as he got the ball, and did a good job knocking the ball out of the offensive player's hands. So good job by Inslee there.
So Southern Boone will have the football here. Shear will be in shotgun. He will keep it himself, trying to work the far side. 5-10 yards, spun around 15, still on his feet. He's got 20 yards, close to midfield for nearly 25 yards on the first play of the offensive side for Southern Boone.
Yeah, Mason's been our biggest weapon on offense all year, either running the ball or throwing the ball. He makes good decisions, good tough runner. A game like this is we're gonna need him to be pretty exceptional, which he has been the last 2 years.
So ball, nose of the ball on the 50-yard line. Shear will be in shotgun once again, has two receivers on the far side, one here on the near side. They will hand it straight up the middle. Short gain on the play of about a yard.
Osage runs mostly a 3-3 defense formation. They'll bring a safety up, linebacker up to be a fourth lineman as well too. They kind of vary things a little bit. Linebackers have shown some pretty good quickness to the ball, like you just saw right there.
So to bring up a 2nd and 9, ball on the 49-yard line of Osage. Shear will be in shotgun, twin receivers either side of the play. He's going to roll this side. Nope, it's dead. As there's a flag down, I believe preliminary indications will be on Osage.
Yeah, the defensive end close to us was lined up off sides at the snap, so that's very fortunate play for us. So as we saw there, they were trying to run the option. We haven't seen a lot of option this year, but certainly Mason's more than capable of running the option.
So this will bring up a 2nd and 4, ball on the 44-yard line. Shear will be in shotgun again, twin receivers either side of the play. He will look far side. He will complete the pass. That is to Salter. He's got about 10 yards. That'll move the chains. New set of downs.
Yeah, just a quick 6 and out, good quick throw. Love the play call. Gives a chance for your quarterback and wide receivers to kind of get the ball rolling, get some confidence going on their play execution.
The first pass completion for Shear. Ball on the 34-yard line. Good 1st and 10. Shear will be in shotgun once again. Twin receivers far side. They'll send Troth in motion. They hand it up the middle. As carrying it there, that's Paisley. He'll pick up 3 yards or so.
Yeah, man in motion, just trying to get a little misdirection and get the linebackers to worry about that man in motion with the jet sweep. Instead, hand the ball off to Paisley straight up the middle on a dive. Good tough run for a couple yards. But again, Osage does have, I do feel like their linebackers are really strong, probably the strength of their defense.
5.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. 2nd and 7. Shear again in shotgun. Has a receiver on either side of the play. He'll keep it himself, take it up the middle. Spun around, now he'll try to work it outside. Stiff arms a man, makes that guy miss. He's across the 30, down near the 25, as he will pick up almost enough for the first down.
Yeah, good tough run. Just trying to go off guard, but got kind of bumped out, decided to try to outrun to the outside. And as we see, good pursuit, good team speed on the defense to string that out to the sideline. But still, great run by Mason there.
So they say ball's on the 27-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. Clock stopped, 5:10 left to go here in this opening quarter. 2 receivers to the top of the play, 1 down low. Shear in shotgun. He'll get the snap. He's looking far side. Now he's going to go near side, directing some traffic. He'll keep it himself. Looks like he will see where they mark it.
They got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did not pick up much yardage.
Yeah, the really good defense that time. They had everyone covered. Offensive line did a really good job of getting a nice wall for Mason. Mason just got a little bit out there to right. Could have maybe sat in the pocket for a little longer, but did a good job of getting maybe a foot out of the play.
So it'll bring up a 4th and 2 as Southern Boone's going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the exclusive home, the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Southern Boone calls their first time out. This comes at the 5:04 mark. Left here in this first quarter. Not a bad decision considering it's 4th and 2. Want to make sure everybody's lined up correctly. Shear's going to keep it himself. He will slip, but looks like he has got close to enough.
They're marking him about a yard short.
Well, it looks, yeah.
Yeah,
Thought he got a better spot.
I agree with you. I like the timeout. In a game like this, when you have momentum, you want to make sure you get the right call, make sure everyone knows what they're doing. And that time, you had a feeling the ball was going to be in Mason's hands on that. And he just slipped and about a yard short.
Shear would have had the first down if he wouldn't have slipped and fell. So this will bring up a 1st and 10 for Osage. Ball out their own 25-yard line. Maverick will hand it off, working to the far side. That's Arrowwood. He's got 5, 10, 15. Now he's off to the races across midfield. He'll be thrown down. Big play right there.
Yeah, great job by Enza that time. They do like to run a lot to the wide side of the field, and it does make sense when you think about it. They do have some quick guys that have some good speed, so you want to give them as much space as possible. And that time he was able to run off tackle and get outside of Inslee, but Hayden did a great job of catching the play from behind.
There's going to be another ball on the turf, as that one will be recovered by Williams. That was not a good handoff there. Bounced around quite a few times.
Yeah, their coach, Jelly, might need to take a timeout and get his players. That's twice now the ball. Now, the first one caused a little bit by Inslee, but that there definitely unforced error just on the handoff.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Clock rolling, 4:10 left to go here in this first quarter. They'll hand it off,
again,
but it'll be a flag. Another false start.
They're really trying to get the snap cut off quick on most of the snaps tonight, but as a quarterback, you got to make sure you look both ways to make sure your players are set.
So this will bring up a 2nd and 15.
So defense is about the time you might see a pass after every single play so far has been run. They do like to flood to the wide side of the field, so look for a pass going to the far side of the field.
It's actually a 2nd and 13 as they will hand it off. Arrowwood makes the first guy miss, but quickly hemmed in there, and he will maybe get a yard on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, good penetration by the first player that caused him to want to go in a different direction, and that caused him to go right into Hayden Inslee, who did not make the tackle, but was able to at least get him bounced off, and good job by the defense to come to the ball and make a good team tackle.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 12. Maverick will jog over from the sidelines with the play call. 3rd and 12. Ball on the 44-yard line. He'll be in shotgun. Trip receivers near side, throw a little screen pattern. Bobbled and dropped as that was intended for Williams. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, just a quick pass trying to get to their speedy guys in the flat, and that time looks like he tried to run forward before he had the ball in his hands, so good job on the defense. I expect them to probably punt this time.
Well, Maverick is their punter, so.
And wasn't he? He was a good punter last year, if I recall. So more traditional punt, which we don't see a lot of.
So Jackson deep back to receive this punt. High snap. He's able to get it now. They're going to go for it as pass completed here on the near side. As they will be close, they'll pick up the new set of downs.
Wow.
As pass complete to Williams. Nobody could tackle him. He picks up about 16 yards.
Yeah, gutsy call there by Jolly where the ball was. Like you said, high snap. Good job by Trusty to get the ball and throw a nice little, nothing special. It's a 5-and-out pass, but number 8 did a great job of making a couple players miss on that play.
Williams picks up that new first down. As they'll fake the handoff to him, rolling to the far side. Maverick across the middle. Pass dropped. Otherwise, that's probably a touchdown. As intended for his receiver, that is Colt Butler.
Yeah. Rolling the quarterback out to the right side to give him a little bit of room to kind of see things. Also gives him the chance, the ability to run if he would like to. He had a guy open, had a couple of steps on wide receiver doing a kind of a flag route. And fortunately for the Eagles, he just dropped it.
So this will bring up a 2nd and 10. Maverick in shotgun. He'll hand it off far side. That's Williams. He's cutting across the middle of the field. He will still be on his feet and finally taken down near the goal line. Again, he just rips off a 20-plus yard run.
Yeah, good tough run. He definitely needs to watch how he carries the ball. He likes to kind of keep that arm out there with the ball loose a little bit. So hopefully Coach Garris and the Cummings and the rest of the defense staff is trying to get the players to try to knock the ball out. But good tough run. Just kind of more of an inside on that buck sweep.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Maverick will hand it off. That's Arrowwood. He is in there for a 3-yard touchdown.
Yeah, straight power play, right up the middle. You double team in at the nose at the point of attack with the guard in the center. Fullback is lead blocking and nothing but power.
So Arrowwood goes in from 3 yards out. That gives Osage the early 6-0 lead. They will come on to try PAT. Snap is forthcoming. Snap is down, kick is up, and kick is good. So that makes it a 7-0 Osage lead.
They're wanting to take their own sweet time on that for some reason.
So that stops the clock at 1:52 left to go here in this first. We'll take a break and we'll be back as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Power equipment is always cool, always. Well, unless it's not working, then power equipment is expensive. Always. Unless you get it checked with Salter Lawn Service. Don't worry about saving up for something new. Just let the experienced experts at Salter Lawn Service repair your small engines. With pickup and delivery available, saving you time and saving your wallet.
Hey, this is Stacy Salter with Salter Lawn Service. One call, we do it all. You can find us at salterlawnservice.com.
Well, that was a 9-play, 75-yard drive. That puts Osage on top by a 7-0 score. And we'll get to see the Southern Boone offense again. They had a good drive going, went for it on 4th down, and Shear lost his footing, was about a yard or so short, picking up the new set of downs. Osage will have it teed up. High booming kick will go about 3 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, it's a great advantage you have if you can kick the ball to the end zone, because at this level, high school level, the ball only comes out to the 20, unlike what you're seeing in the NFL these days where the ball comes out to the 30 or 35. But yeah, it's a good weapon to have. So I think we've seen already offensive series are going to be very, very valuable. Both teams traded series where they moved the ball well and then mistakes happen. So good time to kind of get some composure. Passing down the seams has worked a lot this year. Let's see if we can get something going there.
The clock stopped at 1:51 here as rolling to the near side, completing the pass to Eddie. That'll be for about 6 yards. That'll bring up a second and short.
Yeah, just a quick 5 and out that time. Did a great job leading his wide receiver, and Eddie has really come on really nicely the last couple weeks.
I'd say he gained 7 yards, so to bring up a second and 3. Clock stopped at 1:47 left here in this first quarter of action. Southern Boone trailing 7-0 here. Shear will be in shotgun. 3 receivers up top, 1 down low. He'll send a man in motion. That's Troth. They'll run it up the middle as they fake the handoff to Troth. Short yardage, 3rd and short.
Yep, just like you said, put the man in motion, fake the handoff to him, trying to get the linebackers to move right to left with him, but they stayed home and did a great job of filling those gaps. Like I said, I think as a whole, these linebackers are a real solid group. They're tough. They come down hard. So hopefully, though, you might be able to get them a little bit on a play action pass and throwing over their heads possibly.
So this will bring up a 3rd and 3 here. Shear again in shotgun. 2 receivers on either side of the play. He'll get the snap. He'll look far side, roll here to the near side. He will get rid of it, and it's going to be intercepted across midfield as he threw it off his back foot, and that will be a turnover.
Yeah, again, getting the quarterback rolling out to the right, that gives him a little bit more time, a little bit better able to see things. The linebackers did a good job coming up, but it almost looked like that safety back there kind of baited him to throwing that. And again, he was throwing the run. Whenever you throw on the run, it's a little bit harder to throw the direct pass that you need to.
So ball actually spotted on the 50-yard line. So that is where Osage will take over, as they'll have a receiver way up top. They'll hand it Arrowwood across midfield, and he might be gone as he is at the 10, the 5, as he will be in there. Actually, that was Williams, goes 50 yards to the house.
Yeah, buck sweep, great blocking by the left side of the offensive line, good pull from the guard, from one of the guards as well too. Got through there untouched, and he just hit that hard, hit the hole in stride. And again, as you see, this team definitely has some really good team speed, something that we haven't seen a lot this year, it seems like, but definitely some really good team speed. They got 2 or 3 players that are really fast.
So Osage scores off of the interception. Coach Tanner talked about the speed. They'll get everything set for this PAT. Snap is high, but placement down, kick is up, and kick is good. And just like that, that makes it a 14-0 Osage score.
They really like to take the whole play clock on extra points, don't they?
They absolutely do. 53.3 seconds left. We'll take a quick break and be back. That's in that first quarter of action. You're tuned in to broadcast coverage here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Attention Eagles fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Southern Boone County by becoming a member of the Southern Boone Booster Club. Your gifts help provide all Southern Boone County athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Southern Boone Booster Club this season for as little as $50. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Southern Boone Booster Club, or email them at sbcathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Eagles!
Southern Boone trails by a 14-0 score here. As one play, 50 yards to the house, Williams takes it. Now Southern Boone in a 14-point deficit, 14 unanswered points so far in a matter of just a couple of minutes. Another high booming kick is returnable. Salter will fumble it, though. He'll take it at his 1. He'll be across the 5, spun down there at about the 8 or 9. So Southern Boone will be very deep in their own territory.
Yeah, perfect kick. If you're the special teams coach, got there right about the 3 or 4 yard line, high, mishandled, to give your kickoff team, a coverage team, a chance to get down, and certainly not what you want to see from your team after getting down 14-0 so quickly.
Also, there's a flag on the play, holding on Southern Boone, so now it'll be even deeper.
Well, at least it's only half the distance, so not quite the but like you said, like you've always said in the past, it gives us more room to go.
More room to work with, as the ball will be on the 5-yard line of Southern Boone. That is where they will start with it. Shear will come to the line. In shotgun, he'll roll to the far side. He'll step through a couple of would-be tackles, still driving the pile across the 10. So he'll pick up about 5 yards or so.
Yeah, most of the season I've kind of been hoping, calling that we kind of develop a little bit more of a running attack. But I think at this point in this game, you just need to ride Mason a little bit, keep the ball in his hands, running the ball. At least try to get out of the deep end of your end zone there.
They say he picks up 6 yards on the play. I'll bring up a 2nd and about 4. So twin receivers either side. Shear will get the snap. He's going to look far side, roll to the near side here, as he will throw it up, and that will be incomplete.
Ooh.
As now there's a flag comes in. I think that's going to be a late hit.
I think it is, yeah. Very fortunate, too. I don't think that was that late, but, yeah, we'll take every chance you get.
So we'll see what they call here.
Yep.
Personal foul. Yep, roughing the passer. So that will give Southern Boone a first down. And we're going to switch into the field and be back, as that's the end of the first quarter of play. After one, it's a 14-0 score in favor of Osage. We'll take a break and be back as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Southern Boone Area YMCA, we're more than a gym. We're a community. From youth sports that teach teamwork and confidence, to group fitness classes that bring energy and encouragement, to programs that support your health and well-being at every age, the Y is here for you. Join your neighbors, your friends, your family, and discover how the Y can help you grow stronger in spirit, mind, and body. The Southern Boone Area YMCA is where community comes together. Stop by and see us at 405 South Main Street in Ashland, or give us a call at 573-657-9622. Southern Boone Area YMCA, here for good.
Well, Southern Boone will have a new set of downs with that personal foul penalty on Osage. However, we'll switch into the field. The ball will be on the 27-yard line. In Southern Boone trailing by a 14-0 score. They will have 1st and 10 here. Shear again has twin receivers stacked up on either side. He's going to roll the option, and it's going to be a fumble. Paisley will fall on it. That'll be a pretty big loss on the play.
Yeah, like I said, we haven't seen a lot of the option this year, but Mason certainly is capable of running it, and I love the idea of running it, especially when you have a quarterback like Mason that is dangerous. It could, but the key is how much have you practiced it and so forth. And with Andrew being young still, just being a sophomore, he hasn't had a ton of repetition running that as well too. So it could be a tough play to run without a lot of experience.
Well, it's going to bring up 2nd and long, 2nd and about 17, so they lose 7 yards on the play. They'll send a man in motion and whistles, and flag comes in.
I don't think both. Oh, no, they're getting defense. Looks like.
Yeah, they call it on the defense.
I thought the first guy in motion wasn't set when the second guy went in motion. So, all right, fortunate now. Twice now getting some yardage back with penalties.
So it's still going to be 2nd and long, but 2nd and shorter than what they had by 5 yards. 2nd and 12. So we're nearing the 11-minute mark before halftime. Southern Boone trailing by a 14-0 score. Shear will have two receivers to the top, two down low stacked up. Now they'll send a man in motion. That's Troth. They will roll here to the near side. Troth trying to break free. They'll hit the slant across, as that will be Eddie. Eddie will have enough for the first down.
Yeah, great blocking by the offensive line, giving Mason plenty of time, and then decided to roll a little bit to the left and did a great job of getting his feet set and his shoulders turned to make a really good throw to a wide open Eddie. So good job by Eddie to continue to run that drag or so across the field as he saw his quarterback.
Yeah, there was nobody there, within 5, 6, 7 yards of him. He found some open room. That'll give his team a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Troth will be in motion once again. They'll fake the handoff. Shear will be taken down in the backfield. He'll lose yardage.
Yeah, it looked like got a little bit too much people in the same spot in the background, so kind of brought the defense there. Basically trying to give the fake, going to the jet sweep, and the fake to the tailback, and tailback turns into a blocker for Mason, but that time the defense, their two defensive ends, outside linebackers were right there on top of it, and no chance at all.
So this will bring up a 2nd and 12, just a 2-yard loss on the play. Clock nearing 10 minutes to go here before halftime. Again, it's a 14-0 lead in favor of Osage. Send a man in motion to the far side. Shear will drop back. He's going to scramble here to the near side. He is going to load up, and he's going to be taken down for a 5.5, 6-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, interesting defense that time. They only send the 3 down linemen. So and then that 3 got a pretty good pass rush out of that. And then once Mason scrambles, their 4th man, a linebacker, was kind of working as a quarterback spy, which if you're going to defend the Eagles right now with Mason being the main weapon, yeah, quarterback spy is the way to go. So I think Coach Tanner's got to be expecting to see that the rest of the game.
So 3rd and 18, ball at the Southern Boone 35. They'll have twin receivers bunched up either side. He'll look downfield. He's going to roll to the near side, now roll to the far side. Still looking to throw it. He will throw it into some traffic. It will be caught across the 45. That'll be Troth with it. So they'll pick up about 12, 13 yards, but still be just shy.
About 6 yards short. Yeah, great job by Mason that time. Started to scramble. Again, the same defense as last time. Started scrambling to the left, saw opening to the right. Did a really good job of keeping his composure, getting his feet set to throw the ball. Great throw, great catch.
4th and 6. Southern Boone thinking they're going to go for it. They have plenty of time on the play clock, and Osage does not jump. Southern Boone takes their 2nd timeout. This comes with 8:25 left to go before halftime. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage here on the Show Me Sports Network.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
Southern Boone calls their 2nd timeout, as now they'll run their more traditional, it's unconventional, but
unconventional for the Eagles, yeah.
For Southern Boone, their more traditional punt formation here with Paisley as well as Morris back, each standing side by side on the other side of their 35-yard line. It will go to Paisley. He'll roll here to the near side. Good kick, as that'll take a Southern Boone bounce return. Man touched it, had to pick it back up. He's in his own end zone across the 5, across the 10, the 15, as he will be taken down there. Tried to catch it on the fly and went right through his hands. Both teams putting the ball on the turf several times now.
Certainly not a textbook return. Usually you would tell your guy, hey, if it's over the head on a punt, let it go. Because bad things can happen, which they almost did, because he almost caught it or when he did catch it, he was close to being tackled in the end zone there. So very fortunate. Good kick by Andrew that time. Good job of seeing that there wasn't much pressure. That gave him a chance to kind of move out. And good job going to his left to make the kick versus the right, because I'm pretty sure he's right-handed, right?
Yeah, well, that football had enough steam on it. If the Osage return man lets it go, it might go into the end zone.
Yeah, I think it would have been a touchback.
As there is Williams, truck sticking over one of the Southern Boone players. He'll pick up 7 yards.
Yeah. Very fortunate for Osage that didn't turn into a much ugly. But as you can tell, the man does have some moves and does have a little bit of skill, and we've seen him already. So, like we talked about coming into the game, Coach Daner said they have a couple guys that can really do some electric things out there with the ball in their hands.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 3. Maverick will give it on the far side. That's Arrowwood with it. He will have about the 3 yards or so.
Got a good spot. Yeah, just a good tough run. Just a kind of a dive action there, going to the left-hand side. Pretty good job by the Eagles covering that, but not quite good enough.
We'll bring up a new set of downs here. This ball will be spotted on the 25-yard line. Maverick will be in shotgun. He'll have one receiver way out on the top of the play. They'll hand it to Arrowwood again. He's trying to get the corner. He's got 5 yards. He's got 10. He falls forward out of bounds for about 12 yards. It'll be another new set of downs.
Yeah, good tough running that time. I thought the Eagles had him in, did a good job there, but not only you can tell he's got good feet, he's really strong on the run as well too.
So clock stopped at 7 minutes to go here in this first half. Southern Boone trailing 14-0. One receiver here on the near side as they'll stick to the ground game once again, as squirting through there, still pushing the pile, as that will be Arrowwood. He'll pick up 11 yards, move the chains again.
Yeah, the timing on that dive play is just so good. He gets the ball with this full head of steam going, hits the hole. Lyman's doing a really good job, especially on that left-hand side there. He's getting through there untouched for at least 5 yards, and once that happens, then he's still a good, strong runner after the first hit.
So clock will continue to run here. Ball on the 47-yard line. Maverick and will hand it off this time. That is a play that goes the wrong direction, as in the backfield there leading the charge is Hayden Inslee.
Yeah, that time looks like Coach Garris sent the linebacker up the middle too, to kind of a high risk, high reward there. Did a good job getting into the backfield, causing a loss of yardage.
So to bring up 2nd and 16. Maverick will be in shotgun once again. They'll load up here on the near side. He'll bark out some orders. Now they'll stop and look over, and it'll be a timeout called. 5:49 left to go here. Timeout by Osage. We'll take a break and be back as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazway.
Timeout called here by the Indians as it's 2nd and 16. They've got 2 remaining. Southern Boone has called 2. They only have 1. Osage leading by a 14-0 score here. 5:49 left to go before halftime. As Osage has the football, 2nd and 16. Maverick will give on the crossbuck play. Is good head-on collision there. Williams will somersault forward. He'll pick up 6 yards.
Yeah, the buck sweep, what they did, again, they pull both guards to the right-hand side. Once the running back gets past the line of scrimmage, they're looking to get outside, but that time, pretty good job coming up by the defensive back, getting lower than the runner to keep him to just a 5-yard gain.
So we'll bring up a 3rd and 10 now. Ball on the 47-yard line. 5:12 left to go here before halftime. 8 seconds on the play clock, so Osage will have to speed it up just a bit. 2, they'll get the snap off. Rolling here the near side, they're going to dump it off on a little screen play. As 5 yards, 10 yards, they'll move the chains. Still on his feet across the 30, the 25, the 20, the 10, the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. As that was caught by Wall, he takes it to the house, 53 yards.
Yeah, 2 things that work great is the misdirection, quarterback going out to the right, and just do a screen pass back over to the left, and great job by the lineman getting downfield to blocking the defensive back that time, and also a good job by the running back to let his offensive lineman get in front and make that block and then make a couple great cuts in order to get to the end zone.
That will make it a 20-0 score. PAT is up and good. That makes it a 21-0 score. 4:48 left to go before halftime. We'll take a break and be back as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Osage able to punch it in another time as they lead by a 21-0 score here, as they make quick work of getting upfield there. They started at their own 16-yard line that drive. It was a 7-play, 84-yard drive capped off with a 53-yard touchdown pass and catch. The kick will be returnable as it's taken about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the best opportunity so far tonight for special teams big play. We haven't seen, I don't recall any special teams returns have been big. Now would have been a great time to get one of those. So now, what do you do for your Coach Tanner? Outside of Mason, you've been kind of hemmed in a little bit. Boy, this is why they get all the stress, right?
That's why we're up here, right? Not down there. So they'll have 2 receivers here on the near side, 2 side by side up top. Shear, quick pass over to the far side. It is caught, but quickly is tackled. That was to Eddie, so it'll be short yardage.
Yeah, Osage is playing a little up closer, man-to-man on defense on the wideout side. I expected them to be a little bit deeper, but they're really doing press coverage, so not really much there once the pass is thrown. So maybe some sort of fake that pass and do a go route or something. They do get their defensive backs off a little bit.
Do say he gained 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8. Shear will send a man in motion. They will give it to him that time, trying on the jet sweep. However, Troth will be taken down quickly. The defense not fooled at all on that one.
And that time, the defensive backs were back off quite a bit. So perfect call for that play that time. Jet sweep. First time we've seen the ball handed off. We've seen Troth go in motion quite a bit tonight, but the first time he's gotten the ball, and it's really good coming up by the defensive ends that time to kind of keep him from running and stalling. And like we said, their linebackers are really good at going to the ball.
So this will bring up a 3rd and 12, 3:40 left to go before halftime. Southern Boone trailing 21-0. Again, Centroth in motion. Shear dropping back. He's going to throw across the middle. Will be caught by Eddie. He'll have the first down and more as he will be taken down at the 44-yard line, trying to strip the ball out at the end, but he keeps 2 hands on it. It'll be a first down.
Nice patience by Mason there in the pocket. Offensive line did a really good job of giving him a good ball. Haven't seen a lot of pass rush from Osage so far. They usually just do the 3-down linemen, so at that time, Lyman did a good job of giving him some time to throw the ball, and great pass, great catch, great run after the pass.
Clock rolling at 3:05 here before halftime. 21-0 Osage lead. Shear will get the snap. They'll hand it off straight up the middle as it'll be about a 3-yard gain for the ball carrier there.
Nothing fancy, just run the ball, dive up the middle there. You got to keep the defense on their toes, so you got to make sure you're putting the ball all over the field. Osage does a pretty good job of rotating their defensive line, so they do keep them kind of fresh. So something to look forward if you're the Indians, if you can kind of catch them a little bit off guard as they're swapping players.
That was Paisley carrying the ball. Now Bailey will be in a half step. Now they'll split him out on the far side. Shear will look that way. He'll have pressure. He'll roll to the near side. He'll tuck it under the arm across midfield. He'll tiptoe down the sidelines. They say he steps out at the 45, but it's enough for a new set of downs.
Yeah, just like they've done most of the pass plays on defense, Osage just rushes 3, keeps a linebacker in as a spy, and what he's doing is once Mason commits to leaving the pocket, the linebacker sprints in that direction, but that time Mason was able to get to point B before the linebacker did and get the first down.
So this will bring up a new set of downs. Again, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll split Bailey off to the far side. Shear, little delayed run up the middle. Looked like he was an old man walking back there. Then he puts on the Jets.
Yeah, quarterback keeper that time. Put the running back in motion to spread the defense out to try to get some gaps up the middle. But like I said, the linebackers have been really good all night coming up the middle and filling the holes.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 8 here as Shear will get the snap once again. Pass off near side. It'll be caught by Troth. He'll be flung out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, quick pass that time on the 5 and out by the wide receiver. Good throw, good catch. Good job getting as much as possible.
This will bring up a 3rd down here, 3rd and manageable. Southern Boone only completing 25% of their 3rd downs here on the night so far. Clock stopped, 1:43 left to go before halftime. With the football for Southern Boone, Williams will snap it in just a second to Shear. He'll drop back. He's rolling here the near side. He'll have to keep it, and he will be caught and taken down.
Where's
as he will lose yardage again. Forward progress stopped. I agree. No whistle as he was hung out to dry there, but they finally do blow it. He'll lose about 3 or 4.
Yeah, that time for the first time tonight, I believe they blitz a linebacker coming up, so they had 4 coming, and that's the first time they've seen that. Caused a little bit more pressure that time. They still had the linebacker kind of staying as a quarterback spy that time and was able to beat Mason to the point of contact that time.
So 4th and 6, 1:03 left to go before halftime. Bailey split out far side. Shear dropping back, has pressure, rolling here the near side. He will keep it himself again. He is going to be short as he'll pick up 2 yards. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, same defensive call as last time, and send 4 instead of 3. Caused a little bit of congestion up the middle. Mason had to escape the pocket, and this really good team speed by Osage to beat him to the line of gain.
Shear also coming over here to the short side of the field, trying to make something out of nothing there. He did not have anybody open to complete a pass to. So Maverick will lead his offense here at the 40-yard line. They'll send a man in motion, and flags all over the place.
That's definitely, yeah.
That is number 6 now on on penalties for Osage compared to just 1 on Southern Boone.
Yeah, I don't think the center knew the snap count that time. By the time he snapped it, a couple Indians were already going downfield.
Yeah, he might have thought it was on 4. 53.5 seconds left to go here in this first half. Maverick will give it on a delayed handoff up the middle. Pretty well defended there, as it'll be a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, just a quarterback draw or running back draw that time. He kind of puts the ball up in it like he's going to throw it. Immediately hands the ball off to his running back going upfield for just a 5-yard gain.
So they get back what they lost on the penalty. They actually say it was a 6-yard gain. I thought Osage was going to call a timeout.
I thought they were too.
But they did not award it to him. So 32 seconds and counting. Maverick again in shotgun. He'll get everybody set. He's going to drop back, throw it across. Wide receiver caught. He will step out of bounds. That is by Hunter Shireman, the junior.
Beautifully executed that time. The offensive line for Indians did a fabulous job of getting everyone blocked, giving their quarterback, Trusty, plenty of time to throw. Beautiful pass on about a 10-and-out pass play, and good chunk play that time for the Indians.
That takes it across midfield over to the 44 of Southern Boone. 23.7 seconds left. Dropping back. Again, Maverick throws that one. That one, though, at the feet of Butler, incomplete.
Little short that time. Again, Eagles are only sitting in 3. That's an option. Not getting much pass rush and gives Trusty plenty of time to throw the ball. But that time, I don't know if he was a little bit tired or didn't quite get his feet set, but he was a good 5 yards short on that pass.
Yeah, it almost looked more like he shot put it there rather than slinging it there and getting the spiral on it. Well, Maverick will throw it here. That one incomplete.
Cover it. Get on it.
As they say, incomplete pass. So that one in the territory of possibly a backwards pass.
In my opinion, and I'm not a homer, that was a backwards pass. It was right down my line of sight. So very fortunate for the Indians that time. But if you're the defense, whenever the ball's on the ground, you got to go cover it until the whistle blows.
They were trying to get there to cover it. 18.7 seconds left here before halftime. As 3rd and 10, ball on the 44-yard line. As there's going to be a play that goes nowhere as Williams will be taken down in the backfield. Now we'll have a timeout by Osage, 13.8 seconds left.
Yeah, the splits the linebackers that time. Got a lot of pressure. Looks like number 8.
Yeah, that was Williams. Oh, on the tackle, I believe that was Inslee. Yeah.
He was staying up in the middle that time, and they also sent their linebacker. So a little different defensive play call that time. Put Inslee in more of a stand-up. We've seen him a little bit doing that this year. Kind of get him a little bit more out of his normal spot and just tell him as soon as the ball snapped, go. And that's what he did. They had another linebacker was coming as well, too, causing some pressure.
Now, this is an interesting timeout for the Indians because it's 4th and long now, 13.8 seconds left. So they can, you take a shot at the end zone here, but if they don't complete it, don't take all the time off, then Southern Boone could have a crack to go one play the other direction.
I'd like if I'm the Osage coach, I'm Coach Jolly, I kind of like this. Go for it. See what you can get out of it. And if not, I think your defense is capable of keeping them out for one play.
So it is going to be a 4th and long here. Ball on the 48-yard line. Rolling to the near side is Maverick. He's got pressure. He is going to complete it, as that will be for enough for the first down, as that is Wall. 7.3 seconds left here. So what do I know?
Yeah, and that time there was a lot of pressure from the Eagles that time. They had at least 6 guys coming. Did a good job of getting picked up. The offensive line did. They rolled Trusty out to the right, gave him a little bit extra time, and did a good job of seeing down the field. Made a good pass, even better catch by the wide receiver. Knew exactly where to get to. Did a good play call, good pattern run to get that first down once you catch the ball. So yeah, great play call, great execution. We'll see what we got here for one more play.
Well, again, that's why I'm up here and not down there on the sidelines calling plays, because 4th down, 4th and long, they go for it, pick it up, and now you got a chance to take a strike at the end zone, 32 yards out, 7.3 seconds left. That's about as well, I think, as you could execute it, draw it up to potentially try to execute it.
And I like what the Eagles did by sending some extra people up the middle. But again, great play call by Coach Jolly.
So Maverick will be in shotgun, one receiver to the far side. They'll fake the handoff, looking for the corner, double coverage. Their pass is going to be broken up as it was underthrown. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. 2.3 seconds left. I think we might have found where the edge of Maverick's arm is.
Yeah, and that time there was a quick fake, but really, if you're the Eagles, you're not too worried about a run at that point, because if it's a run, he's got to go 32 yards with probably not able to stop the clock. So, if you're Osage, I think you're better off just kind of rolling your quarterback to the one side or the other.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, again, ball at the 32. They'll fake the handoff as rolling to the far side is Maverick. He'll dump it down as it'll be caught at the 20, trying to keep going, and that will be shy of the end zone, as that will take us to halftime. Your score at halftime, Osage 21, Southern Boone 0. We'll take a break, and we'll be back here with our halftime show as you're tuned in to exclusive coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the home of the Eagles, the Show Me Sports Network.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
At Southern Boone School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Our students need you. Join Southern Boone School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit ashland.k12.mo.us and click on the Employment tab.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie!
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of the Show Me Sports Network under the broadcasting rights granted therein. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the Show Me Sports Network. Announcers are provided by the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, Eagle fans. It's Joy with the Southern Boone Athletic Booster Club. It's been a huge week for our Eagles across every sport. Our softball girls dominated in district play last night with an 11-0 win over Booneville. On to the district championship. Way to go, ladies. In cross-country action, our runners shined at the Tri-County Conference meet. For the girls, Saffron Satterfield finished 5th and Harley Collins finished 10th. On the boys' side, Maddox Kennedy took 2nd place, Jackson Campbell finished 7th, Cole Blake 18th, and Blake Shoup 20th. Great effort by all of our runners. On the pitch, boys soccer rolled past Fulton 8-1 last night, improving to a 14-5 record on the season. Keep it up, Eagles. And on the court, our volleyball girls topped Hallsville in 4 sets last night. Way to finish strong. And of course, we're here at halftime of our final regular season home football game as the Eagles take on Osage. Let's bring that energy for a big second half and close out the regular season strong. As fall sports head into postseason play, keep showing up, cheering loud, and supporting all our Eagles every step of the way. A huge thank you to our amazing volunteers, sponsors, and fans. You make Southern Boone Athletics possible. Until next week, go Eagles!
We need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you, now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Power equipment is always cool, always. Well, unless it's not working, then power equipment is expensive. Always. Unless you get it checked with Salter Lawn Service. Don't worry about saving up for something new. Just let the experienced experts at Salter Lawn Service repair your small engines. With pickup and delivery available, saving you time and saving your wallet.
Hey, this is Stacy Salter with Salter Lawn Service. One call, we do it all. You can find us at salterlawnservice.com.
Attention Eagles fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Southern Boone County by becoming a member of the Southern Boone Booster Club. Your gifts help provide all Southern Boone County athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Southern Boone Booster Club this season for as little as $50. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Southern Boone Booster Club or email them at sbcathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Eagles!
Well, the band outperforming here at halftime. Cheerleaders also were out there entertaining the crowd here for senior night. With the band going through their performance. I believe their theme is Skyfall. I think that's something related to that, or some title close to that. I can't recall right at the moment exactly what it is, but they are out there performing and entertaining those here at halftime. We're going to take a look at your first half scoring summary. It's being brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazaway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazaway.
Taking a look at our first half scoring summary, again brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant. Well, it's been all Osage. Osage got things started off with a 3-yard touchdown run by Arrowwood. PAT was good. It was a 9-play, 75-yard drive. That came with 1:52 left to go in the first quarter. That made it a 7-0 Osage score. Then they would come off a turnover on interception. They would score on a 1-play, 50-yard drive. That was a 50-yard touchdown run by Williams. PAT was good. That was a 1-play, 50-yard drive, 53.3 seconds left in that first quarter. That made it a 14-0 score. That would take us through to the end of the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, Osage would score on a 53-yard touchdown pass from Maverick to Wall. That was a 7-play, 84-yard drive with 4:48 left to go before halftime. That made it a 21-0 score as the PAT was good. 21-0 score at that point, and that score would take us through to the halftime break as Osage leads by a 21-0 score. Again, halftime scoring summary brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant. Mike, you've been finding some scores for us?
Yeah, got a couple good games out there going at now. Probably the one we're most interested in would be Moberly and Mexico. They're tied up at 14 apiece at this point. Some other scores out there. Blair Oaks, as expected, all over Hallsville, 35-0. Kind of a shock. California is up over Eldon, 21-7 at the half. Capital City is up on the Lakers of Camden, 35-7. Centralia over Palmyra, 28-8. Harrisburg over Fayette, 20-8. Kirksville's up over Fulton, 28-13. So we'll hand it to Fulton a little bit. They're, they usually get, I hate to say this, but they usually get blown out pretty good almost every week. So Kirksville's a pretty good program, and I saw that they had someone by the last thing, a Nesbitt score a touchdown, and I realized that that's the grandson of Greg Nesbitt, who used to be at Hickman, went to Kirksville. Now his son's coaching at Kirksville at Truman State, where our beloved running back from last year came from. Anyway, so yeah, interesting connection there. I know most of you don't care about that. Let's see. We got Macon over South Shelby 14-0. Hannibal over Marshall 28-6. Like I said, Moberly, Mexico tie at the half 14 apiece. We got Cold Camp over Versailles 27-0. Elias over Smith Cotton of Sedalia 28-7. Another big game that's close right now is Rockbridge over Hickman 10-7 in the second quarter. And let's see, North Callaway over Van Far, 36-8. And Tipton's over Russellville, 15-0 in the first quarter right now. And no score right now for Booneville's game. So, but yeah, 14-14, Moberly, Mexico. So,
well, I was going to say in our pregame shows we were talking about some of those matchups. That Eldon and California one. That's one that, honestly, it doesn't surprise me. And almost said this, that California has nothing to lose.
Right.
And Eldon is a good squad, and California is better than their 0-7 mark is.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. To me, California doesn't seem like an 0-7 team, but they are. And hats off to them if they're playing as hard as they are to have the lead against Eldon. But yeah. But honestly, it doesn't really matter if Eagles don't take care of business here at home, and they got to find some sort of a spark to kind of get the offense going. Also got to make sure we kind of clean up some of the, the turnover, the slipping, make sure we know where we're going on the plays. Osage. Their speed was greater than I expected to be, but honestly, we haven't seen a lot of speed this year on any teams. To be honest with you, this is the first time we've had a team that can just run right by you. Now, sure, we'll see a lot more of that next week.
Right.
But yeah.
We knew that the speed would be on display tonight, and I agree, just didn't know how fast it would be. But, that's why we get out here and play the game. And
well, equally so is how quick the running backs hit the holes, too.
Right.
So the quickness is there and the really good feet work. I mean, they're to the line of scrimmage in no time whatsoever as long as the snap is there. So yeah, very impressive with the Osage in the first half. I'm interested to see what kind of changes both teams make for the second half on defense. What does Coach Garris do to mix things up to kind of combat the tough running? I expect to see more of that quarterback spy from Osage. It's worked for the most part pretty well in the first half, so I expect to see more of that in the second half.
Well, not to go back, but just for a second with that California and Eldon game, you're right, the California doesn't seem like an 0-7 team, and they're one that they're trying to put some pieces together and string it together, and that's kind of what makes them dangerous when they're leaving it all out there on the field. Not that they've not been leaving it all, but, they have nothing to lose here being at 0-7. But as you said, it might be all for naught as Southern Boone needing some help, but they got to take care of business first. And, they started off out the gate rather rapidly looking pretty good and then just kind of have stumbled after that drive. And, I guess that was maybe to show us some of the things that would come when Shear slipped on that fourth down play. It was about a yard short, turnover on downs. But leading up to that
both teams had strong first series that mistakes cost them. For Osage, it was the fumble, and for the Eagles, it was the footing on what looked like could have been a play that he could pick up the first down on. So, yeah, I mean, if you're not careful, this game's could get out of hand pretty quickly.
Well, the halftime. What did I say? I was going to say halftime activities, but there's nobody out on the field.
They seem to get done pretty
the
quickly. The teams aren't out there. Not sure what happened with the time.
Well, they've got this.
Did they get the clock set late, or
I'm not sure if they just were efficient going through because they're playing a senior video up on the video board right now of the senior players, recognizing them, and then also
that's going to be a lot of tears flowing.
Yeah. Also, there's some pictures mixed in from the seniors throughout their careers, starting all the way back with Pee Wee football for some of them. So that's got everybody's attention. But, yeah, still waiting to see both teams make their way back out to get the second half underway. But we're going to take another break and be back, get you set for the second half of action here on the Show Me Sports Network. Actually, before I do that, I'll remind you, if you've not done so, we encourage you to click on that subscribe button. That'll help us out, help you find future broadcasts, archive games, all kinds of good things. You can find those on our YouTube channel, simply clicking on that subscribe button. We appreciate it each and every time that you tune in, and clicking on that helps us out, like I said, to do the things we want to do. You can also click on the thumbs up, the like icon as well. That'll help us as well. But we're going to take a quick break and be back and get you set for second half of action as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage here on the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Southern Boone Area YMCA, we're more than a gym. We're a community. From youth sports that teach teamwork and confidence, to group fitness classes that bring energy and encouragement, to programs that support your health and well-being at every age, the Y is here for you. Join your neighbors, your friends, your family, and discover how the Y can help you grow stronger in spirit, mind, and body. The Southern Boone Area YMCA is where community comes together. Stop by and see us at 405 South Main Street in Ashland, or give us a call at 573-657-9622. Southern Boone Area YMCA, here for good.
Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazway.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
At Southern Boone School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Our students need you. Join Southern Boone School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit ashland.k12.mo.us and click on the Employment tab.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
There's no better way to celebrate a special event or show someone just how important they are to you than gifting them something handcrafted from Country with a Heart. Handmade in mid-Missouri, Country with a Heart specializes in hand-built woodworking projects for every occasion. Their design collection includes children's furniture, doll furniture, household items, holiday decor, outdoor decorations, custom projects, and everything in between. To view their full inventory of projects, visit countrywithaheart.com and find them on Facebook by joining the Country with a Heart group page.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
Well, both teams have made their way back onto the field, finishing their warm-ups as we're going to be set to get the second half underway here in just a couple of moments. As Southern Boone trailing Osage here by a 21-0 score. Osage will get the football to begin play as Southern Boone started things off with the football for the ball game. So Osage will...
Wait.
No, I said that
backwards. Yeah, because
I still had it backwards.
Onside kicked.
Yeah, okay.
So it should be...
Southern Boone should get the football to begin the second half.
And at this point, coaches should be probably talking about, let's stick to the fundamentals. Let's make sure we get this kickoff clean. We make our blocks. We make sure the ball goes overhead. Make sure it's not an onside kick. Know who we're blocking. Just stick to the fundamentals to hopefully try to get a drive going that gets into the end zone.
I wrote it down wrong to begin the game and forgot to change it, so
that's all right.
You won't convince me that the White Hat didn't say that Osage won and deferred, but either way.
Well, maybe they won and wanted the ball first. That happens on occasion.
So it will be teed up here, and Southern Boone will be back to receive, and another high booming kick will be taken by Bailey at about the 7-yard line. He's working near side across the 20 and across the 30, so not a bad start there, considering it was inside the 10.
Yeah, good return that time. Did a good job of catching the ball in the air with his hands. Also, good job by his fellow return man to get up into the hole to be a good blocker. We've seen sometimes teams other return people are kind of a little lackadaisical getting to the hole, and some are not. So good job by the return team. Good start for the second half. Looks like we got too many people out here on the.
There was one too many as they had 12 out there, so they will be down now to the recommended 11. Looks like a busted play as Shear is going to hand it off to nobody. He will eat it here on the near side. Did he fumble the ball on the back end there?
That's exactly what you don't want to do by not sure if you got the right personnel in there and the right formation. You had two running backs in the backfield, and that's not normally the offense that the Eagles run. And definitely some confusion as soon as the ball is snapped. Mason took a step to the left, and somebody was not where they were supposed to be.
Yeah, nothing probably makes you.
Looks like we got an injury on the field.
Yeah, somebody's injured for Southern Boone, but obviously I was not a quarterback. But I can tell you that nothing makes you get it in gear faster than when you turn to hand it off and there's nobody in the vicinity. And Shear had to roll here to the near side and eat it. But, that shows kind of his football IQ because he didn't panic. He tried to make something out of nothing, which should have been a bigger than 2-yard loss had he not rolled over here to the near side.
Yeah, he definitely is the most dangerous person on offense for the Eagles. So,
which I think that's who they're looking at. And
I was thinking the same thing too.
He gets up. He is holding that left arm across the chest. Kind of got the fingers hooked underneath the armpit on the other side. And he is in a lot of discomfort there. So he's going to come out at least for one play. Now we'll see Caden Reynolds, the freshman. So Reynolds will get a chance to come out here. It'll bring up a 2nd and 12. Reynolds will command the offense now. So he'll have twin receivers on either side of the play. He'll get the snap, looking across the middle, and that will be knocked down, incomplete. Didn't quite get enough arm under it.
A lot of confidence in Coach Tanner that time. You put your backup quarterback who hasn't thrown the ball too much this year. And it's like, okay, what are you going to do? You're going to try to go a little safe, go with the handoff. What's Osage going to do? Are they going to maybe blitz up the middle, knowing that you got a backup quarterback who's not throwing the ball much? So, but no, Tanner puts them in a passing mode and incomplete.
They're down looking at that right shoulder of Shear at the moment. Reynolds calling for the snap. He'll get it. He's looking. He'll throw and overshoot the mark. It'll bring up a 4th and long here. I think maybe his voice might not quite be as loud as what Shears is, because it looks like he's calling for the football and it's not getting there.
Yeah, something's a little bit slow that time, but good job by the offensive line giving them some time. The young man just a little quick on the throw, but honestly it was well covered by the Indians that time too. So at least he threw it a little bit far to where nothing bad could happen.
So Morris and Paisley in punt formation. Paisley rolling to the far side, boots that one again. It takes a Southern Boone bounce and a Southern Boone roll across the 40, across the 35, down near the 30.
Yeah, good net on the kick that time. Again, good snap. We've had a couple bad snaps this year, but good snap. Good job by Andrew getting out to the left, getting some more room, giving his coverage guys a chance to get down. And what that does is that makes the Osage return man decide not to catch it or pick it up. And that allows the ball to go hit the ground and get another 10, 15 yards on the roll. Looks like they got him where Eagle touched it, though, first.
They say it's at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, I thought that's where I saw it touch somebody.
So Maverick will be in shotgun formation. He'll give it off. Ball carrier saddled up, but he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Yeah, good job by the defensive end on the left-hand side. Did a good job coming up. I think 64. Did a good job of getting hands on the running back right away. Kind of cut in before the pulling guard got to the hole. So good job by the Eagles there.
They're still attending to that right shoulder of Shear. That's his throwing arm, either the shoulder or collarbone area. They're looking at it, trying to see if he can go back in. Again, another play here that blows up, and it goes the wrong way. It'll be a loss on the play, bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, the defense is hitting the hole hard. I think there was that Inslee on that one that time, and just quick to the hole that time by Inslee. Good tackle for a 1-yard loss. So defense is fired up, ready to go. Hopefully they can get that ball back.
Well, Shear is going to pick up his helmet here and try to throw on the sidelines. So he's a tough son of a gun over here. 3rd and 11. Maverick in shotgun. He looks near side, hits his receiver, has 15, 20, 25 yards before he's tripped up. That was Wall on the catch.
Just a quick slant that time. Receiver takes a couple steps upfield and cuts it back to the middle. Ball quickly thrown, caught right in stride to where the receiver could keep on running, keep a stride, and big play on 3rd down.
It does look like Shear is able to put some good zip on the football down here. So we'll see when Southern Boone goes to offense if he comes out or not. 1st and 10 here. They'll pitch it off far side. Carrying it there. That is Arrowwood. He'll have good yardage there. Pick up 10 yards. New set of downs.
Just a sweep, pulling a guard to the hole that time. Good job by the offensive line getting downfield, getting the blocks. Running back was not touched by anybody for at least 5-6 yards downfield.
Maverick just pitching it off, hitting his runner in full stride. He's able to pick up A little more than 10 yards. It's 1st and 10 ball at the 29-yard line. Looks like I think Shear is going to be able to come back out after he left for those couple plays on that last series. So Maverick will lead the Indians to the line. 1st and 10 ball on the 29. Receiver down low. He'll pitch it off again. Another sweep here to the near side as that one's flung down. Lost the football. Was he out of bounds first? No, they say Southern Boone recovers. Jackson causes the fumble, and there to get it.
Big break that time. Just a quick buck sweep, just like the previous play, just the other side of the field. Great block by the wide receiver to get him a chance to get upfield. And, yeah, good job by the defense that time to tear the ball out of the running back's hands.
Well, Jackson causes the fumble, and then he is able to get on it, as that'll be Southern Boone's football at their own 15-yard line. The T-shirt toss happening here from the cheerleaders. So Shear is back out there. Twin receivers to the top, one down low. He'll take the snap. He'll keep it himself. Starts far side, cuts back inside across the 20. He'll be taken down near the 25-yard line. He'll pick up about 9.
Tough son of a gun, like you said. The Mason just kind of fights through there and gets every yard he can. Just 1 yard shy of the first down. At this point, I think you got to ride Mason as hard as you can. He's the most talented, the biggest threat that you have on offense if you're the Eagles.
So to bring up 2nd and 1, 8:07 left to go here in this third quarter. Southern Boone trailing 21-0. Shear will have twin receivers here to the near side, twin to the top of the play as well. He'll get the snap, pitch it off. That's Bailey trying to get the corner. He'll have the first down before he is dropped after about a 4-yard gain. It'll move the chains.
Yeah, just a quick sweep to the wide side of the field that time, to the left. Bailey's got a little bit more quickness than Paisley does. Did a good job of hitting the line of scrimmage to get the first down.
I stand to correct myself. It was not a T-shirt toss. It was a long, skinny rally towel toss.
Ooh.
I don't really know. It's bigger than a rally towel, but smaller than like a beach towel, kind of in the middle.
Kind of like a hand towel.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Southern Boone. Ball on their own 28-yard line. Shear will get this snap. He's going to look far side, and he overthrows everybody, as that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure out the middle of that time. Bailey was supposed to come up and pick up the first lineman that came through, kind of missed him. Mason had to throw the ball a little bit quicker than he wanted to, and just threw a little bit high.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. There's a little girl down here using that towel that's inadvertently whipping everybody around her, tried to spin it around like a rally towel. So 2nd and 10 on that incomplete pass. Shear will hand it off straight up the middle. About a 2-yard gain there to bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get much going on the running game with the running back so far tonight. When we do, it's only a couple yards at a time. The defense for the Indians just does a really good job of converging on that dive. Linebackers we talked about many times tonight, they're really good about coming up and filling the holes.
Clock under 7 to go here as it continues to roll 3rd and 8 at the 30-yard line. Shear will come out. They'll split 2 receivers to the near side, 1 up top. He'll have 1 back standing to his right. They'll send man in motion from the far side. As Shear has pressure, he's going to evade it, roll here to the near side. He's going to hit Bailey, and he will go down maybe a half-yard shy.
Yeah, great play that time by Mason. That time Osage sent 5 guys, blitzed a couple extra guys that came in and pinched them from the outside. Mason did a good job of stepping up, getting out to the right of the pocket, finding Bailey wide open, and good job by getting the pass thrown and caught.
Well, they give him a good spot. They say he was right at the yard to gain marker. New set of downs here. Southern Boone will have it 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Shear will have a receiver on either side of his play. They'll have a tight end here on the near side with Bono as well. Shear will pitch it off to Bailey, trying to get the corner, and he is hit hard and driven out of bounds.
Yeah, this well covered by the Eagles. Just doing a quick pitch, trying to get Bailey to the outside a little bit. And unfortunately for the Eagles, well covered by the Indians that time. The Indians are doing more of a 5-man front on the line, kind of pressing with their ends a little bit more this half than they did the first half. First half, that was predominantly just a 3-man defensive line.
So he does pick up 2 yards, bring up 2nd and 8. Shear again in shotgun, has a receiver on either side. Give it to Bailey once again. He will be driven backwards, but forward progress gets him about 3 yards.
Again, what we said all night, they don't get much there because, again, their linebackers are very solid. They come up. That dive has not gotten much, but you got to keep on doing it. So especially if you want to run the option like they tried to in the first half a little bit.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
Might be a good time for a reverse of some sort.
Yeah, they've been setting it up all night. I agree. I think a good time to pull out something as a misdirection. Twin receivers either side of the play. Bailey standing about a half yard and to the right of Shear. They'll send Troth in motion to the top of the play. He'll drop back, looking across. Passes caught by Eddie. First down and more across the 40 as he will be taken down at the 37-yard line. That'll be a big first down conversion there.
Great execution that time. They only send the 3 defensive linemen. Offensive line did a fabulous job of keeping their quarterback clean. Mason does a good job of staying in the pocket, throws a great pass. Eddie, again, just really coming on strong for the last 2 or 3 games. Does a great job of catching the ball in stride and getting upfield for an extra 10 yards or so.
So it'll bring up 1st and 10, 4.5 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. Shear takes the shotgun snap, again rolling back. He is going to roll to the far side. A flag is down. He will throw it, and pass is going to be dropped as it'll be incomplete to Morris.
Yeah, holding on the offensive line. Just sent 3 guys on defense, so offensive line's just got to do better. 5-man block and 3. And again, as soon as Mason breaks the pocket, a linebacker immediately comes up, and that kind of frees up where he comes from. So, again, good opportunity that time for the Eagles, but just got to keep the holding down.
So this will bring up a 1st and 20 ball at the 47-yard line. 4:19 left to go here in this 3rd. Southern Boone trailing by a 21-0 score. I'll break the huddle here as twin receivers come to the near side. They'll have 2 to the top. Now everybody stacks up 2 by 2. Shear will drop back. He's going to roll here to the near side. Now he's going to stop. Now roll back to the far side, load up, throw it to Bono, who will have the catch. He'll pick up, what is that, about 8 yards?
Yeah, so the same thing we've been seeing all night. There's a 3-man rush. Offensive line does a good job that time of picking it up. Mason decides, well, let me roll it to the right. Linebacker immediately comes up to put pressure on him. He steps back and does a great job of throwing the ball. And really good defensive on the secondary came and closed down quickly on that to keep it to a no gain after the catch.
Good job of Bono to keep that football because there was a hard hit delivered to keep possession of it. So twin receivers here on the near side, one way up top. Shear will be in shotgun. Again, Bailey standing to his right. He'll get the handoff straight up the middle. He's across the original starting line of scrimmage. Well, they say he's down just hair past it, so it'll bring up 3rd and about 10.
Yep, the dive up the middle there. We've seen it quite a bit tonight, and unfortunately hasn't been terribly successful, but you still got to stick to it because you have a lot of plays that build off that, like a reverse or a counter or a quarterback keeper of some sort. So still got to run it. Same defense that they're doing, 3-man line. The outside linebackers bail into the flat as soon as the ball is snapped if it's a pass.
So 3rd and 10 here as twin receivers again either side of the play. Shear will send a man in motion. They'll throw it over there to Troth, and he is going to be immediately taken down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, just well covered. Great play call again, but it's the same thing they've been running most of the game. As soon as the ball is snapped, that outside linebacker just immediately drops into the flat curl area, and that's exactly where the ball was going to. And no one there to block him. He comes up, and then the second linebacker comes up quickly. So just really good speed we're seeing from the linebackers.
So it'll bring up a 4th and long here. 4th and 14. Looks like Southern Boone is going to go for it. Could see maybe a pooch kick from Shear. 4th and long. They'll have quad receivers near side, one up top. Empty backfield. Shear rolling here. The near side has pressure. He'll be taken down as he will be taken down for a quarterback sack. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, great job at number 20 that time. Kind of stayed on him. Just again, the 3-man rush that time. Kind of flushed him a little bit to the right. Mason thought he had some time, but good closing speed by number 20 that time.
So it'll be a turnover on downs. Osage will take it the other direction. They lead by a 21-0 score. 1:51 left to go here in this third. Maverick will have a receiver to the top of the play. He'll get the snap. They'll hand it to Arrowwood. He'll be spun around across down at the 49, so he'll pick up 3 yards.
Yeah, just a quick dive up the middle that time. Just tough running and keeps his feet moving. Again, with the Osage, their running backs typically get a yard or two past the line of scrimmage before they get touched. So their line's doing a pretty good job of blocking tonight for them.
The ball on the 49-yard line of Osage. And Maverick in shotgun once again has 2 backs there with him. He'll give it to the first man through. That's Arrowwood. He's across midfield, pushing the pile. He'll be down at the 46-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, just the same play again, just kind of keeping the ball up the middle. I'm sure their coaches are yelling at them to keep their hands on the ball, both hands on the ball, and kind of would expect Osage to take more of the play clock down.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 2 here for the Indians. Ball on the 46-yard line. One receiver will break way up on top of the play. Actually keeping it is Maverick. He's got the first down and more as he is down at the 40-yard line, picks up 7.
We got a flag, looks like. Probably a holding. Yeah, that time, certainly a lot of pressure on line scrimmage from the Eagles that time. It was like at least 6 guys that were coming on the snap. And Osage did a pretty good job at first to kind of get outside of that rush to the right.
So that's a costly penalty there as that'll bring up make it a 3rd and long now. It's 3rd and 12. Erases the first down off the board. So we're at 30 seconds and counting left to go here in this third. Osage will have to snap a play. About a 10-second difference from the game clock and the play clock. Maverick will roll here to the near side. He's going to throw it up. It'll be intercepted by Bono across the 40 down near the 35. I don't know who he was throwing it to other than Bono. There's a hit him right in the belly.
Yeah, it was a great defensive drop by Bono that time. Just did his 5-yard or so drop in the flat. Just did a good job of getting in the passing lanes. And probably the first time tonight you can say that Trustee did not make a very good play.
So that will be an interception, 2nd of the night for Southern Boone. They get it at the 34-yard line of Osage. 11.2 seconds left here in this third. Southern Boone trailing 21-0. Shear in shotgun. He'll have 2 receivers to the top, 1 down low. He'll take it himself up the middle. Nowhere there for him to run, and then he suplexed back. There'll be a flag, I think, for that suplex.
Yeah, that's pretty fortunate. Yeah, quarterback keeper all the way. Again, Mason's our biggest threat on offense, either running the ball or throwing the ball. And well covered by the defense that time, stopping him right in the middle. But just a little excited by the defender picking him up and throwing him to the ground.
Yeah, I think that is what, obviously we can't hear the whistles, but I think they blew those whistles well in advance. So the defender to go ahead and take the quarterback down to the ground is uncalled for because he is not going to get out of the grip. Plus the play, I think, was dead. So they'll wind the clock, but Southern Boone will not get a playoff here before the end of this third quarter. As after 3, Southern Boone trails Osage by a 21-0 score. We'll take a break and we'll be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the Show Me Sports Network.
We need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you, now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
12 minutes left to go on the clock here of senior night as Southern Boone trails by a 21-0 score. They're riding a 2-game win streak. That also in jeopardy as Osage leads by the 21-0 score here. But Southern Boone having a little momentum here. They have the football and they're driving.
Yeah, thanks to that penalty there. So we'll see what the Eagles can do to dial up some sort of magic to get the ball in the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 19-yard line. 2 receivers will come here to the near side. They'll have one up top as Shear will be in shotgun. One back, that's Paisley standing to his left. They'll give it to Paisley up the middle, working towards the far side. That's the best run of the night we've seen by him as he will pick up more than enough to move the chains. 1st and goal.
Yeah, dive up the middle that time. That time they were sending the linebacker, was showing on the left side. At the last second, he went to the right. And that was very opportunistic for the Eagles, as that's exactly where Paisley was running to. And like you said, that's our best run of the night by someone not named Mason.
2 receivers on the far side, one near side. Again, they'll give it to Paisley up the middle. He will fall forward for a couple. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, it's Ditto's play, but that time instead of running to the right, they run to the left. Looks like we got wholesale changes, so we got some interesting different formation, including Mr. Inslee, which we haven't seen on offense for a while this season, have we?
We have not. I
thought we did early.
Yeah, I think we did early in the season, but yeah, we have not seen him out there. Of course, he was injured part of the season.
He claims he can catch the ball. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll give him the benefit of doubt until he proves us otherwise. So everybody's going to be up in tight as it'll be 2nd and goal from the 8. Shear in shotgun. He will keep it, take it up the middle himself.
Yeah.
Not much there, just a lot of traffic wearing black and white jerseys.
Yeah, basically everyone bunched in, trying to get some extra blockers in the middle of that time and having Mason run right behind him, kind of a reverse tush push. But that time, outside linebacker or end from the right side did a really good job of coming in and coming around the outside to kind of tackle the ball from behind.
I like the play call and I like the formation, but that's really makes me think of when you start looking on the outer edges of that because you got so much traffic right there in the middle, you split somebody out. So it'll be 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line. Shear will be in shotgun, has Bailey to his left, twin receivers either side. He'll drop back. He's looking. He's going to roll to the far side. He's going to stop. He's going to roll back to the near side. He'll be taken down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, just good pressure that time. 3-man line. That linebacker kind of waits. As soon as Mason starts to kind of try to break the pocket, he's there. And like I said, team speed for Osage is really, really outstanding tonight. Now, going back to the previous play, the only problem is we haven't seen that formation run that much, and they probably don't have a lot of chance to run it too much in practice either. So that's the only bad thing. But like I said, these linebackers are just really quick to get to the ball once the play breaks down.
Southern Boone's going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll send a man in motion near side, low snap. As Shear is going to roll here to the near side. Now stop, roll back to the far side. Good pickup of the pressure. He will throw it. It'll be knocked out incomplete.
Wow. Yeah, that looks like the snap went off a running back that was in motion or something. Is that what
Yeah.
you saw? Yeah. So snap was ill-timed and hit a player's foot, and very fortunate to get the ball back into Mason's hand. And Mason, as soon as that happened, it was busted play, pressure on from the right side by the linebacker from the Indians. Mason did a great job of breaking containment on that. Knowing that it was 4th and goal, he knew he had to get the ball to the end zone. Knew that he didn't have much of a chance, so he made a good decision to make something out of nothing. Good job of the defense of the Indians to knock the ball down.
Osage will take over on the turnover on downs. It is 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll hand it off straight up the middle, nothing fancy. Still on his feet, though, is the ball carrier. That's Williams, so he will pick up on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort. He'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, just a quick dive off the right guard side this time, so we got a player hurt. And good tough run by the Indian running back.
We'll have an injured Southern Boone player. Can't tell who that is. They're on the far side. Real easy. I'm not going to speculate anything, but it's real easy when you get the pile like that to get stepped on, rolled up on, all the above. Oh, we have 2 players now. Nope, just one. They were looking at a second one. So getting up limping. Is that Tyreek Blue?
No.
I see a 4, so.
54 or 64.
He's limping on the left leg, which does have a boot on it, so. Yep, you were right, 64. It was going to be John Griggs. So Griggs will walk off as he is limping on that left
Griggs
ankle.
Made some big plays tonight coming from the opposite side of Inslee. So hopefully the young man can shake it off and get back out there.
So to bring up 2nd and 5 here. Ball on the 19-yard line. Maverick will give it off, trying to work the far side, cutting back in. Still on his feet for about 8 or 9 yards. That is Arrowwood. He'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Yeah, like 6 guys are coming on hard as soon as the ball is snapped. At this point in the game, you've got to try something to create some sort of havoc out there. Hopefully, maybe get a tackle for a loss or get a turnover. But that time, running back did a great job of getting outside of the outside rush man and getting upfield.
So to bring up 1st and 10 ball at the 28-yard line. Maverick will be in shotgun. He'll get everybody set. He'll give it off to the first man through, and big hole there, big yardage of close to 9 yards as Arrowwood again shoots through 2nd and short.
Yeah, great blocking by the offensive line that time. Again, 6 guys on the defensive line. All 6 are coming as soon as the ball is snapped. So Coach Garris, again, he's trying to put a little pressure, kind of put his guys in a little more opportune place to try to make some sort of play, but the offensive line is doing a great job of knowing who to block and where.
2nd and 1. Everybody in tight. As dropping back is Maverick. Wide open receiver at the 40, at the 30. He'll be taken down at the 20 as that was Butler. Big play there. Got behind the wave, and he had a big-time play.
Yeah, great play call that time by Coach Jolly. You saw what the Eagles have been doing, a lot of pressure, a lot of people up. So, hey, let's just fake that run and try to get a wide receiver behind coming from the left to the right. And a great play call, great execution by the Indians.
The ball is on the 20-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go here in the ball game as Southern Boone trails by a 21-0 score. And they'll take it up the middle once again, and boy, that pile just will not go down. It continues to push and push and push. That was Arrowwood with the carry once again.
Yeah, the line's just doing a really great job at blocking. They're getting the gaps blocked well, and running backs, of course, all of them. Good job of hitting the hole hard, feet moving, and do a really good job of getting some yards after contact.
2nd and 5, ball on the 15-yard line. Maverick in shotgun. He'll give it to Arrowwood again, and he'll have a couple yards there, bring up third down.
Yep, same thing we've seen the last few plays. Again, about 5 or 6 plays in a row, 6 men on the line of scrimmage for the Eagles, and they're all coming across right off around the snap. Just trying to do something to cause some disruption, to cause a big play. But again, linemen doing a great job of getting people blocked, and running backs are hitting the holes exactly at the right spot.
We're closing in on the halfway point here, this final quarter of the ball game. 21-0 Osage lead, but they're knocking on the door as there'll be whistles once again. Looks like that'll be on Osage as well.
Yep. Not set when the ball was snapped, so most of the night Osage has gone to a fairly quick snap. And but as a quarterback, you got to make sure you look both ways and make sure everyone's set before you start to bark out your cadence.
Osage, 9 penalties on the night, just 2 for Southern Boone.
Yeah, 9 penalties and at least 3 turnovers.
And they have had 2 interceptions.
2 fumbles.
And 2 fumbles, yeah.
Despite that.
Well, there will be a handoff again. Arrowwood has short yardage.
Yep, straight up the middle at the right-hand side. A little bit better result that time for the Eagles. Let's see.
This will bring up a 4th down. So 4th down here. And ball on the 15-yard line, 5.5 minutes to go. It's a 21-0 score in favor of Osage. Defense looking for a big stop here. Maverick, quick pass far side, in and out of his receiver's hands, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I kind of like the play call there, but the execution was not there. Just doing a quick slant on the left-hand side. Wide receiver comes up a couple steps, plants his foot, comes inside, and the ball was a little bit behind him. But like I said, I like the play call if it would just been executed. So bend, don't break on the defense that time. Eagles get the ball back.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. And Southern Boone trails 21-0, 5:10 left to go here in the game, but they have the football. Twin receivers again on either side of the play. Shear in shotgun. He'll get the snap. He's looking far side. He slings it over there. It'll be caught for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. That one caught by Bono.
Well, when you only send 3 rushers, you got 8 people back on coverage, and that time just well covered by the Indians.
Second, they say he gained 4, so 2nd and 6. Again, twin receivers either way. The quick pass over to the far side. That'll be caught. Short yardage, 3rd down.
Yeah, same play, ditto's play, and same sort of execution that time. Just a short, I guess a shorter gain that time.
So to bring up 3rd and about 3.
But again, Osage is just rushing 3, so they're more than happy. With the 3-man rush, they got 8 people back, and as soon as Mason breaks the pocket, the linebacker starts to shoot up from the outside.
So 3rd and 3 here as they'll have receivers on the far side, 2 real close to the line here on the near side. They're going to pitch it off. Paisley trying to get the corner, and he is met quickly after a yard gain, 4th and 2.
Yeah, the linebackers, again, they're so quick to the ball once the ball is snapped and once it's put in play. And we've seen it all night.
So this will bring up a 4th and 2 now. Ball on the 23-yard line. Southern Boone again trails 21-0. 3:37 and counting.
I think Mason's going to keep it here, probably.
That would be my guess.
Probably up the middle.
So 1 receiver up top, 1 down low. Well, they'll hand it off up the middle. Paisley leaning forward with it, stretching it out.
Does he get the good spot?
Half the chain gang thinks it's a 1st down. Well, they're trying to confer here. They spot it that time with authority. Southern Boone saying it's a 1st down. foul. They say it's a first down.
Someone's got to make a decision here, refs. So good, tough run by Andrew. He had to work for every inch on that one.
He stretches it out. It'll be a new set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 25. Shear dropping back. He'll scramble to the near side, has pressure. He's going to roll over to the far side. Still rolling, and he will be bear hugged and taken down for about a 5-yard loss.
Yep, same thing as the last, 20 or so plays by the Indian defense. They only rush to 3. As soon as he breaks the pocket, linebackers come up hard. Mason does a good job reversing, going the other way, and secondary does a good job of sticking on to the receivers like glue. And the linebackers, again, with that really good speed, able to get Mason for a loss.
So Southern Boone's going to take a timeout here. We'll take one with him. Southern Boone trails 21-0. 2:53 left to go in the ball game. Take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
Southern Boone calls a timeout here. Again, they trail 21-0. They've got a 2nd and 15 here. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shear dropping back. He'll look downfield, has time. He'll roll to the near side. He will be caught and taken down on the other side of the 10.
Yeah, he had Trout open for a bit, but he had just way too much pressure. And for the offensive line, when you're only sitting 3, you have to do a better job of getting those people blocked. But good job by the Indian defensive line, sticking to their lanes, getting pressure on the quarterback, getting Mason to leave the pocket. And like we said before, whenever he leaves the pocket, the linebackers are coming up to take on contain.
So now it's 3rd and 27. Ball at Southern Boone's 8-yard line. Shear in shotgun once again. He's going to throw it across the middle. Hits Morris. He's still on his feet. He's got nearly the 28 yards. Now he'll squirt through and pick up 29.
Exactly the right play you call. That time the offensive line did a really great job of giving him plenty of time, and Mason was able to have a clean pocket, get his feet set, and throw his strike to Morris.
So it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Shear dropping back again, has time. He's going to roll here to the near side. That pass is going to be tipped, almost intercepted, incomplete.
Yeah, that time it to me looked like the defensive line was getting to be a little tired. They were a little slow coming out of their stances. They really weren't trying to put much pressure on. So Mason's got to realize that and make sure he takes his time to make the right decision, and that was almost an interception.
Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Again, it's a 21-0 score in favor of Osage. Southern Boone celebrating senior night here tonight. The senior cheerleaders, the senior football players, senior band members as well. I believe cross country in there too. Shear dropping back, loads up, throws downfield, as that will be through the hands of Troth. There were 4 defenders there and 2 Southern Boone players. None of the 6 could catch it.
None of the 6. So, again, clean pocket that time. Defensive line's getting a little tired. I'm surprised we don't see Osage subbing some defensive line to get some fresh bodies out there. But offensive line did a really good job of giving a pocket. Mason had plenty of time to throw the deep ball. And like you said, covered by 4 defenders because you're only sending 3. You can obviously have 8 back, and safeties are being deep. The other guys up front are playing man-to-man.
So we'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Again, ball at the 36-yard line. I think Southern Boone's going to have to take a timeout as Play clock showed 0. So they're going to take that timeout. It comes with 1:32 left to go here in the ball game. That's their second timeout. We'll take a break, too, and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage here on the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Southern Boone calls the timeout here. Again, it'll be 3rd and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Shear has 2 receivers. Now they'll split out. Paisley across the middle. It's incomplete.
Trying to get to Bono across the middle from his tight end, going right down the seam on kind of a skinny post. That play's worked pretty well most of this year, but this time not there. I don't know if he threw the ball a little quicker than what Price thought he was going to be, but Mason did throw the ball a little bit early that time. And they ran the running back in motion to the flat, trying to get those linebackers out of the middle there. Nice design of the play, but I'm not sure. Some sort of miscommunication, though.
Well, it was quick because it only took 1 second off the clock. So 1:29 left. It'll be 4th and 10. Shear dropping back. He is going to step up in the pocket, roll to the far side. He will make the first guy miss. He will be across the first down marker, still going across midfield, as he will pick up about 13 yards, needed 10. It'll be a new set of downs.
That time, Osage sent 4 instead of 3. Got a little bit of pressure on him. He was able to break containment out of the pocket and just took off after that, and just nothing but sheer determination to get that first down as he was hit hard about 2 yards short, spun around and kept his feet moving to get the first down.
Ball on the 49-yard line of Osage. Twin receivers on both sides of the play here for Shear. He'll get the snap. He'll drop back. Again, dancing in the pocket. He's going to load up, throw across the middle. It's going to be almost intercepted as that one. The defensive back left his feet for some reason. That cost him the interception.
Yeah, his teammates are going to give him a hard time, I think, on the way bus ride home. Again, this rushing 3, 8 guys back. Good presence by the safeties. They're playing deep. They have man-to-man coverage underneath and just well covered that time. Good job by the offensive line, giving Mason time.
The defensive back left his feet, ends up kicking it out of his hands.
Yeah, his buddies are going to give him a hard time.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Again, ball at the 49-yard line. 5 seconds on the clock. Southern Boone will have 2-1. They'll get the snap off. As Shear will throw it here the near side to Eddie. He'll cut to the middle of the field. He'll have 15, 16 yards as he will be down near the 32. That'll be a first down.
Good job by the offensive line, giving him plenty of time. Good pass by Mason, and Eddie again just showing really good instincts after the ball is caught.
Osage has to call a timeout as they were scrambling to get to the line. 43.2 seconds left here in the ball game.
Yeah, I guarantee those coaches are really wanting to do everything they can to preserve their shutout.
Absolutely want to make sure they get everybody in place. Also give them a chance to catch their breath.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they substitute their linemen quite a bit in the first half. I've not seen them do much of that at all in the second half. And as you can tell now, that 3-man rush is just kind of like, they'll come up a couple yards, they'll kind of wait and kind of see, and that's giving Mason plenty of time to make his throws and to read the defense.
So this will be 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Southern Boone again trails by a 21-0 score. Clock stopped, 43.2 seconds left here.
1 timeout for the Eagles.
1 timeout for Southern Boone, 2 timeouts for Osage. So Shear again will be in shotgun formation. One receiver to the near side. They'll send a man in motion. That's Salter. Shear will get the snap, dropping back. A little pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket, makes the first guy miss one. He'll be tripped up and not get out of that one.
Yeah. Again, that linebacker, as soon as he breaks containment on the pocket, he just comes up. And like we said all night, I know you guys are probably getting tired of me saying this, but their linebackers are especially fast.
Southern Boone will rush to the line. They'll send, again, Salter in motion. Looks like maybe same play. Pass off to Salter. He will make he will not make the sliding grab. Would have been for a very short yardage if he would have.
That's just a really long way for the receiver to go run in motion there. I mean, he's running 30 yards easily before he even gets the chance to catch the ball. But again, they're trying to get something quick going to the outside. Even if he would have caught it, they probably wouldn't have got much after that, though.
10.9 seconds left here in the ball game. 3rd and 15 as Shear will be in shotgun. He'll get this snap. Quick pass over the middle. That one to Salter. He will be just shy of the first down marker.
Got a good spot there.
They say he stretched it out, and he might have enough for the first down. Southern Boone will take their last time out with 8.1 seconds left.
Are they going to give him the first down or not? They're talking about it. Chain gain, the home chain gain, of course, already has it down as a first down, but they haven't quite signaled if it's a first down or not yet.
Long discussion here. In the chain gang down marker, he is marking it at the line to gain. Well, they say first down.
Yeah.
Southern Boone will pick up. That's their 16th first down of the game, 14 for Osage. Southern Boone has no timeouts left, 8.1 seconds, so this should be the last play. There might be a chance for 2 plays if they can get out of bounds. We'll see. There, Shear's going to drop back. He's going to throw it for the end zone, and it is going to be intercepted. That will be intercepted, and the time runs off the clock, as that will do it for our ball game, as Southern Boone drops senior night contest to Osage by a 21-0 score. As we're going to take a break and be into our postgame show, as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football here on the Show Me Sports Network.
We need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
This is the Southern Boone County Eagles postgame show on the exclusive home for Eagles football, the Show Me Sports Network. The Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew will discuss their thoughts on tonight's game as well as look ahead to the next action for the Eagles. Exclusive postgame coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football is brought to you by
Boone County Journal, Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, Country with a Heart, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, Salter Loan Service, LLC, Sawdust Studios, Southern Boone Area YMCA, Southern Boone Booster Club, the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, and Ren's Automotive.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football on the Eagles Radio Network. Now let's go live to the field to the Show Me Sports Network broadcast booth.
Well, Southern Boone drops senior night by a 21-0 score as they cannot find a way to find the end zone. They'll drop their record to 3-5 overall. They drop to 3-2 in Tri-County Conference play. Osage Indians, they move to 6-2 overall, and they will move to 4-2 in Tri-County Conference play. In a game that, both teams looked like they were going to be in for a shootout. However, both teams stalling their first possession. Osage's ended with a fumble. Southern Boone's was a turnover on down. It seemed like from that point on, Osage was able to recover quickly and go on and get the 21-0 score for the final, as tough regular home season finale for Southern Boone. We'll take a look at your scoring summary here. Well, it was all Osage, as Osage got things started with a 3-yard touchdown run by Arrowwood. PAT was good. It was a 9-play, 75-yard drive with 1:52 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Osage. Then a 50-yard touchdown run by Williams. Is that coming off of a Southern Boone INT, as that one goes one play, 50 yards, as it was a touchdown run by Williams. 53.3 seconds left to go. That was a 14-0 score in favor of Osage, and that did stay that score through halftime. Then no scores let me back up here. I missed one. In the second quarter, it was a 53-yard touchdown pass from Maverick to Wall. As a 7-play, 84-yard drive. That came with 4:48 left to go in that first half. It made it a 21-0 score. That would take us through to halftime, and that score would hold through to the final, as neither team able to put up any points in the third and fourth quarters. As Southern Boone again drops this contest, they sit at 3-5 overall, and 5-3 for Osage. As, like we said, both teams looked like it was going to be a shootout. Both faltered, but then it looked like Osage recovered the fastest.
Well, certainly did. It did a good job overcoming the penalties, the turnovers, and they had a lot of penalties and the turnovers. So good job by Osage to recover that. But the good news is it doesn't look like Southern Boone's going to move much in the standings. So even through next week, they probably have a good chance of being the 3rd seed, which means they'll have a home game against either Fulton or California. We'll see how that shakes out. Fulton has been a little bit more impressive this year. They've been playing on teams a lot closer than they have in the past. And that's because California did hold on to beat Eldon 36-28. That is final. Centralia final over Palmyra 44-8. Final for Kirksville over Fulton 49-19. Macon over the South Shelby Cardinals 21-0. That game is also final. Let's see. Marshall loses to Hannibal 51-6. Versailles loses to Colcamp 35-0. Missing some scores here. Channel 8. Still don't have a final on Rockbridge Hickman. Let me do that a different way. So anyway, Blair Oaks was beating their opponent pretty well too. So I think when it's all said and done, Osage is handily going to be in first place in the district, so they'll get the bye. Even if everyone loses out, Moberly will still maintain the number 2 seed. Sunburn will be the 3 seed, Eldon 4, and Eldon won't be able to jump. 56-0 Blair Oaks over Hallsville. That game was about 35-0 at halftime. Capital City over Camden 49-28 in the fourth quarter. Harrisburg is over Fayette 28-8. Why? Sometimes these don't work very well. Moberly and Mexico's 21-14. If that's in the third quarter, I think it's a little old. Battle and Jeff City Jays are tied at 14 apiece. And I'm going to see if I can get some of their scores in another way. So, Blake, you need to talk for a while.
Well, I think I can do that. So, Southern Boone ends their home season of their schedule with the 21-0 loss here for senior night hosting Osage. And their schedule doesn't get any easier with just one game left as they got to travel up the road and take on the Blair Oaks Falcons, who they're off to a pretty good season this year as well. So they will match up.
Some things never change.
They'll match up again next week on the road. That'll be the season finale, and then we'll get set for district play. And we're just kind of trying to speculate that with the win, Osage should claim the top spot in the district, Class 3, District 4. It
won't be close.
Yeah.
And the rest,
won't be upset. Won't be upset anytime soon there for that top spot. And Southern Boone, though, we know they're going to get to have a home playoff game. So we'll be on the road next week at Blair Oaks, and then back home here. It's just a matter of who they will match up against. So
a warning for those who are going to the Blair Oaks game. I saw a local car dealership that loves to advertise and give away stuff. He's a good guy. But they were handing out cowbells at a Blair Oaks home game. So let's cross our fingers and hope and pray that they don't have cowbells that we get to hear after every score of Blair Oaks next week.
As many points as Blair Oaks is averaging, they might wear the cowbells out.
Maybe they were replacements for ones they gave them earlier in the year.
It may very well be. But like we said, we'll be on the road next week at Blair Oaks as the Falcons host the Southern Boone Eagles. We'll have pregame starting at about 6:15, 6:20 or so with kickoff set for 7 o'clock as we will bring you coverage there.
Every single week.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, but that'll be the regular season finale. We'll have a better idea of what the district picture will look like for Class 3, District 4, and we'll kind of have a better idea of what that'll look like the next week. Again, we know Southern Boone's going to be home for district play. It's just a matter of who they will be playing, but we will have that broadcast next week. I'll be on softball district, Class 3, District 5, Southern Boone playing in the district championship. That has been moved back. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but due to Mother Nature and all the rain that's supposed to come our way late tonight and tomorrow, that has been moved.
We probably won't get much of anything.
Yeah, that's very possible. But that has been moved to Monday at 5 o'clock. Southern Boone, the top seed. They had no problem getting past Booneville 11-1 as they run-ruled Booneville in a run-shortened game. So they'll be taking on California and for that district championship. So we'll have coverage of that. Pregame start about 4:50 and first pitch right about 5 o'clock again. That, though, on Misha TV, as if you want to tune in to that, you have to catch it on Misha TV. Not my rules, but that's the rules that we have to abide by for the postseason play, so you can get that.
All right. The latest we got is Moberly over Mexico 21-14 at this point. That's the last scoring update. And Rockbridge over Hickman 10-7 as well, too. Last scoring update as of 45 seconds ago on that. So those two games are close going in the fourth quarter.
Well, that is pretty much going to do it here for our broadcast here tonight as Southern Boone drops the contest by a 21-0 score as they will be on the road next week taking on the Blair Oaks Falcons. But that's going to do it for our broadcast. For Mike Freeze, I'm Blake Gasaway for the Show Me Sports Network. Till we talk to you with our next broadcast, so long and have a great rest of your evening.
You've been listening to the biggest and absolute best coverage in mid-Missouri on the exclusive home for Southern Boone County Eagles football, the Show Me Sports Network and the Eagles Radio Network. The Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew are the ones that know your Eagles the best. Exclusive coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football has been brought to you by
Boone County Journal, Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, Country with a Heart, Eddie Gaedel Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, Salter Loan Service LLC, Sawdust Studios, Southern Boone Area YMCA, Southern Boone Booster Club, the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, and Ren's Automotive. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Join us anytime on the web at ShowMeSportsNetwork.com or find us on Facebook by searching Show Me Sports Network. The Show Me Sports Network and the Eagles Radio Network, your exclusive home for Southern Boone County Eagles football.
Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The proceeding was an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and was a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.